final breath of courage. And your ghost wife with a head full of pain. But if this goes right, then you'll never hurt again. 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 I know you've got it in you. You've gotta face it all. This life will continue, even if you fall. And your ghost wife with a head full of pain. But if this goes right, then you'll never hurt again. And your ghost wife with a head full of pain. But if this goes right, then you'll never hurt again. Then you'll never hurt again. Then you'll never hurt again. Then you'll never hurt again.
Neues Kapitel, weißes Papier, Seite um Titel, Mitte 20 und hier, Zeile für Zeile, offener Blick, find nur beim nach vorn sehen zu mir selber zurück. Und auch wenn's irgendwie nur eine Plattitüde ist, der Augenblick zerfällt, hält man ihn fest. Und wenn ich's richtig sehe und verstanden hab, dann sagt er selbst, wenn man ihn ziehen lässt, ich geh
Einfach nur los, irgendwo hin, auf jeden Weg. Ob klein oder groß, wartet ein Sinn und wir haben's erlebt. Nein, ich hab noch nicht genug. Wart mal wieder auf die Flut. Schwimm oder schweb, Leben ist Leben, Leben ist Leben. Solange sich alles bewegt, solange sich alles bewegt.
lieber neue Gedanken aufleisen sollen.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another beautiful day of Dota as we get into the grand finals. Lacoste, it's time. Best of 5. It's going to be Quest against Team Secret Middle East after they defeated Nigma in the lower bracket yesterday. It's been some exciting Dota 2 here for the Middle East and North African qualifiers for the Riyadh Masters, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a great one so far. You know, we didn't have many teams, only 4 teams, but top tier Dota, I would say. You know, Team Secret, after looking real shaky day 1 against Nigma Galaxy, especially that first game when they only managed to get 1 kill, they're kind of back. They managed to get their revenge, Puppy against Kuro one more time, and now they're going to be playing against Quest. Quest, definitely, they look like a stronger team. They did manage to qualify to Bali Major as well. Team Secret, again, not this squad, but the original Team Secret squad, dropping down to Div 2. So not going to be an easy task for Team Secret by any means.
Yeah, definitely not. It's they're more of a, I think they were calling themselves like a cyber cafe stack, a pub stack. These 3 stand-ins into the Chrysalis and Puppy normal roster kind of deal. But yeah, you talked about that 1 kill game they had against Nigma. They kind of gave it back to them last night. A 38-2 victory Secret had over Nigma in that lower bracket final. But yeah, definitely a difficult challenge ahead of them now. Quest have looked incredibly strong, the favorites coming into this tournament. And I believe we can pop into the draft for game 1 of this best of 5 to see exactly what we'll be contending with. And it looks like Quest have done their homework. They were watching last night. Puppy played
Radiant
3
team
games of
banned.
position 5 Enigma. Looked incredible on it, honestly.
Team
Yeah,
Secrets
Puppy,
turn to
this Puppy
ban.
guy, he just finds a way how to break the game after playing the game for 20 years. Like some of this stuff has been played before, but he's like, I think it's strong, and I'll find a way
Radiant
to make it
team
work.
pick.
And he does find a way to make it work.
Yeah, how can I be as greedy as possible while still calling myself a support? That's how he breaks the game, get that full efficiency going. And yeah, no big differences here. Monkey King against Chrysalis, they're still banning that out. Timber and Undying being removed as well.
10
So Team
seconds
Secret adding
remaining.
the Undying here instead of the Bat they were banning against Mikey, leaving that in
5
the pool.
seconds
But a
remaining.
bit more
Team
focus there on
Secrets
trying
turn
to
to
get
pick
through the laning stage
Enchantress.
without too many scars and scratches. But Enchantress always a solid first pick here for Quest.
Yeah, a hero that stabilizes the lanes. I think like the biggest thing about Puppy is he read the 733 patch notes, and
10
he's like
seconds remaining.
40% bigger map, huh? That means 40% more farm for me.
5 seconds
And,
remaining.
yeah, he's a greedy
Team
position 5 player, but
Secrets
he
turn
doesn't
to pick
think.
Flicks.
If we go year or 2 back when Nature's Prophet has been played
Radiant
as position
team
5, there was one game where he was the most farm hero in the game. It's pretty nuts what they can
Yeah.
do.
I think we were
look at-
casting that together, honestly. I remember that too.
And look at this one. Klink's Morphling.
Radiant team
from Team
back.
Secret.
Anti-mage.
Instant
Anti-mage.
anti-mage. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Klink's likely going to be the Afromosh position 4 hero. And yeah, Morphling, I guess it's technically flexible. I know Mage has played it a lot in the past, but probably just going to be a Christmas hero here.
Secrets turn
And
to
Morphling has felt
ban.
pretty good, even just picking up first phase when you have second pick. It somewhat blocks out some of these Terrorblades, illusion carries, Agi carries in particular. But Anti-Mage is a very solid response to it.
Doesn't like to play into mana burn. Like
10
Klink's as
seconds
well in the
remaining.
lane. You jump him, burn all of his mana. This hero is useless. He has
5
like 4
seconds
or
remaining.
500 HP. It's really strong if he's paired up with something like some kind of a stunner slower in the laning stage, someone beefy that can soak up the damage. Klink's really scales well. It's a greedier position 4. You have Morphling as well in your team. You know that Morphling doesn't really join as early on as some other carries. But this is the hero, as you said, that blocks a lot of these picks. He's anti-universal hero. He picks up the Aghanim Scepter. You can say bye-bye to your stats damage. It's nuts what the Ags does. I'm a little surprised that there's still no techies ban, because Omar plays a really mean techies.
Yeah, might come out in the second phase of bans for Secret right now. Focusing on that Doom, maybe get rid of some offlaners. Puppy's Chen being respected along with that Spirit Breaker, 2 of the heroes that he's looked pretty impressive on. There's that map control, the start off fights, the commander in charge leading his squad.
Radiant team back.
There it is, you called for it, straight out techies.
Like techies would have pretty free game. Especially against Klink's. Klink's also a hero that doesn't deal well with techies by any means. You get on top of him, 1 bomb, jump, he's dead, he's
10
done. So
seconds
blood grenade
remaining.
maybe in between for some extra slow and damage.
5
But now they
seconds
need to figure out, like, Anti-Mage can be played from the offlane as well if necessary. This is not locked in the safe lane by any means. Amar, so far in the DPC, the last tour that he played, people always gave him a hard time because his hero pool was pretty small. He has the second highest hero pool in his team, which is pretty nuts. It might even be the same amount as Noob. 1 less than Noob. I did a count. Took me
Oh,
a
wow,
second.
okay. So he's been pretty versatile and flexible recently, huh? Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that anti-mage, we've seen him a fair amount in the offlane. Very annoying. It's so funny how these ideas come into Dota, they disappear for a bit, they come back again depending on what heroes are meta. With Medusa and Morphling being so popular, this offlane AM. Now, think back, we used to see that Vanguard anti-mage, Diffusal anti-mage came out to play a little bit. Now he's back in action once more. Mars and Bloodseeker banned. Bloodseeker, a pretty active carry, so maybe indicating there the Quest a little worried about the flexibility of the Morphling.
10 seconds remaining.
Morph has some good matchups on the mid lane against these Spirit heroes. Not as much against Storm, but mostly Ember Spirit. Morphling destroys some of these melee heroes like Pango who don't possess a kill threat on him, where he completely free farms. I want to see some stuns coming out from Quest, some kind of a lockdown. I'm a big fan of, like, it's a good Storm game. They'll see one more pick. Queen of Pain as well. I think Queen of Pain has been on the rise. This hero is insane. Like, even Pango. Like, Pango, Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit for Quest. Wow.
Who's that? I've not seen him in a while. Has he popped up in Western Europe at all?
No, I haven't
No?
seen a single Treant. There are two heroes that are not as strong right now that were strong in the previous patch. That's Hoodwink and Treant Protector. Trees just look kind of rough for these, because both of these heroes need trees to play with, and it just doesn't happen. You can easily cut down the trees. Map changed. The trees also change in the laning stage, so you can cut them down much quicker than you used to.
We don't have those big clumps of trees anymore. Everything's kind of small forests, little patches of garden rather than the big lush jungle we used to have. Yeah, curious to understand what the idea behind this is. I mean, you've got the overgrowth root against AM, which is going to feel pretty nice. Living armor onto a Morphling going to be handy as well. Yeah, maybe in the lane he's going to be against the Enchantress, just fight back, give the punches as good as she throws the impetus hits.
This most likely is going to be 5 Enchantress, but still flexible.
Okay.
Then again, if you have living armor, can be dispelled by Enchantress. So throughout the game, it's not going to be as good. Wow. I've been wondering where Clockwork is. And they played something similar the other day. That was yesterday, against Nigma Galaxy. Snapfire plus Clockwork. You'll always have a setup. You have hero to find Treant Protector in the trees. This is really strong draft from Quest already.
And this is likely going to be a noob Snapfire, right? That was one of his classic heroes.
Mid Snapfire gets levels pretty fast and then rotates. Clinks, Treant Protector, they're really going to suffer against Clockwork Snapfire.
That's like a death squad. You just need those two heroes. They can kill anyone on the map for like the first 20 minutes. Hookshot into kisses. Enchantress, very good for scouting, getting that little bit of information to allow them to start fights off properly. Some serious space creation here for this anti-mage. If he is the carry, could still see that as the position 3 like you were alluding to earlier on. So Team Secret's answer now, they've got a couple of supports. They're Morphling, mid or safe lane. We don't know exactly where he's heading. What do we reckon now? Is it time for Yapzor's hero to come out?
And you might be looking for some off-lane hero. I'm down for some Slardar. Hero that can be flexed from position 1 or position 3 if necessary. And it lanes well into anti-mage, so you can actually follow him. You don't need mana to put the pressure on the hero. I think the other one's Legion Commander if they want to commit to it. There's been a couple of safe lane Legions as well, something that anti-mage doesn't deal well with. Okay. Ember for now.
Yeah. That's a mage signature hero. It was banned in every game last night. Nigma Galaxy really focused on that Ember to not allow mage to have it. So he gets his hand on it here, and that's going to signal now Morphling. Going to be the carry more likely than not. Yeah, Yapzor's hero right at the very end. So I guess they're picking Ember here because he's more likely to be banned in that last phase of bans. And definitely an interesting scenario, though, with Yapzor playing position 3. We started the tournament with him playing Nyx and Elder Titan, if I remember correctly. But he has, played Mars and Tidehunter, so he can bring out some of these real offlaners, if I may say so.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there, Gary. Necro for Quest Esports against Morphling, against Ember Spirit. There's no dispel mechanic. There's no magic damage other than Ember Spirit. So it would be pretty awesome. It's a bit of a slower one. I would say you can play it from the off lane though. Snapfire in the mid, good matchup against Ember Spirit. I think it's time. Clockwork, Necro. It's also a killer lane.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool, honestly. And then you've got this ghost form against the physical damage of Clinks and Morphling.
Turn to ban.
I'll be down to see that for sure. Underlord and Tide, yeah, those are two heroes Yapzor played yesterday. And Secret trying to cover this Ember a little bit. They banned the Huskar. Maybe they'll cotton on, ban the Necro as well. We'll see what the plan is for them.
10 seconds
It's a
remaining.
god tier Necro game. Quest, they don't have the last pick in this one. But I feel even if they pick it up, some like magic damage from the off lane, it's not there. It's not like you're playing, I don't know, some Queen of Pains from the off lane.
Yeah, the Axe ban. As this is the thing, you've got to cover so many bases. You ban Techies, Mars, Huskar, Axe. You're not quite sure where this AM's going. Snapfire could still be flexed around as well. Come on, give us the Necro. Make Lacoste look like an absolute genius.
If they don't want to get that, I think like
Seconds
Doom,
remaining.
Beastmaster, these are viable options for Quest. Oh my
Offlane
god, there you
Dusa?
go. I mean, they're not revealing anything yet, but they're prepping for like super late game Medusa, Anti-Mage. Like, what do you
Oh my
guys gonna
God.
do?
You've got Morphling, Clinks, you've got scaling heroes. Well, they're going to scale even harder.
10 seconds remaining.
My goodness.
5 seconds remaining.
That's going to be so challenging to deal with. If they do set it up like that, it's going to be what, like Ench AM safe lane, Clock Deuce off lane, Snap mid. Gives them so much kill threat. And then later on in the game, they've got this Stone Gaze with Snapfire physical damage as well. She can scale real hard with a Daedalus Hurricane Pike kind of deal. Wind Ranger, the last one for Secret. Is that Yapzor position 3 Wind Ranger? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Wind Ranger with the Diffusal Blade against Medusa and Anti-Mage. And then you get like a BKB and you start running at people, burn as much mana as possible on Medusa. I do like Quest draft more, even though it's a bit of a greedier side. Amar will be playing the Anti-Mage from the off lane, so no Battle Fury, no shenanigans. You will have like, Echo Saber maybe, or just straight up Vanguard Diffusal Blade. There's a variety of items you can buy on off lane Anti-Mage and everything feels good. In terms of lockdown for this AM and Medusa, there really isn't much. Like, both of these heroes, like all three cores, because Snapfire is universal hero, eventually you would want to buy Blinkins, buy Manta Style. Manta Style is the big one. You're playing into Treant Protector, you're playing into Ember Spirit Chains, so that's going to be a way of dispelling things. So you might end up with having 3 heroes with Manta Style, but you don't want to get BKB since you play into Treant Protector, especially since the changes to the BKB, the item got nerfed heavily.
Yeah, why bother with BKB? There's what, 1 stun really? There's like Shackle Shot. Oh yeah, Strength Adaptive Strike. But you're right, yeah, the 2 routes could be handled by the Mantis quite nicely. I like this from Quest. Yes, they're greedy, but it feels like they've got so many ways to protect the greediness. Ench, great laning support can protect. Clockwork, he's the epitome of a bodyguard. He gets his little Clockwork body in the way of danger, protects everybody up, and he can initiate for the Snapfire as well. But we'll head into game 1, best of 5, Team Secret Middle East up against Quest Esports. Get out onto the map and see what we're dealing with on the road to Riyadh.
Amar immediately uses his tip. My man, he doesn't want to save any tips. The game didn't even start. Nothing's happening. No first blood, no runes being spawned, and he hits him with the go. He really wants to make something happen right now.
Yeah, it's his old teammate, right?
Yeah.
Chris and Amar from Creepwave. Because I noticed Amar's actual Steam name, not his official name here is Amar the F, but his Steam name is Crystallis. He's renamed himself.
Maybe that's how beef starts in pubs. You're like high-level player. You change the profile pictures, change the
You
name,
start
and
flaming
then, like, yeah,
people.
you start flaming people, and then like, oh man, this Crystallis guy, huh, really is toxic.
What an asshole. And you find out it's Amar. He pulls off the mask. It's a Scooby-Doo episode. Oh, I got away with it. Everyone for you damn meddling kids. Oh man. Are these
Brought
lanes
the
as we,
memories. Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. We're not doing any lane swaps here, right? Everything gonna be as expected.
The battle
Yeah, pretty much. I want to see how much Puppy is going to be able to do with this Print Protector Yapsor. And Puppy. Puppy is going to be playing in the bottom lane for now,
Okay.
it seems. Aframoosh going top with Crystalis. With some, like, maybe they wanted to have extra range hero against Anti-Mage, so with this Tar Bomb, Blood Grenade, it's going to be good chunk of damage. And Puppy already being
Yeah.
zoned out by Corey.
Yeah, he's getting bounced out of here. Clockwork. Real bodyguard, make sure that Puppy can't do too much. Oh, he loses so much HP just from that battery assault blood grenade. And that's going to leave Yapsor in basically a straight 1v1 against that Medusa. And this is what you were saying earlier, right? Much more difficult for Treant to play the tree lines. Doesn't have that long avenue on the left side of the bottom lane. Can't really play the right side. Very challenging for him.
TA2000 cut down like 2 trees in this bottom lane, and Treant Protector doesn't have entry to the fight very much. So, gonna be a difficult one, and we can already see some of the struggles. This clinks. Couple of right clicks from Omar. Omar starting with Nature Attendance level 1. I think it's fine to leave it level 1, and then you start to put more points in Enchant and Impetus since you want to scale. As position for Enchantress. They did some good harassment on Omar so far. 4 CS on Omar. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a big fan of this top lane. Amar and Omar. The dream for play-by-play casters.
I think Omar was like trying to figure out which team he wants to join. Do I want to join like someone that I don't know. Who do I want to play with? Is it Taiga? Nah, Omar. That sounds so much better.
Yeah.
And then he decides to join Quest.
That's the team I belong in. Omar gonna get the D ward. Reclaims his large camp just before it spawns. I mean, Aframush, oh my god. A normal hit plus an impetus. Looking a bit worse for wear there on the Clinks. This is a hero you said, you know, Clinks can scale very well. But early laning stage, not having any impact really, and that's going to leave Crystalis high and dry, just being focused down and giving Amar, the anti-mage, complete free farm so far. Even just looking at the last hit values, Snapfire right at the top, 15-3, anti-mage not too far behind her. That mid lane, Snapfire, looking pretty hot against Mage's Ember Spirit so far.
Yeah, you get close, you get harassed. Scatterblast. Whenever you get too close to secure some of the creeps and also harass them. So relatively easy matchup for Snapfire in this mid lane. Like, you don't have a kill threat on Snap. She's just way too tanky, starting off with the Bracer, 3 Ironwood branches. Also, heroes that can rotate to the mid lane are not the best one. Like 2 supports, Treant and Clinks, they don't provide you with any kind of control against the Snapfire. So should be an easy one, at least. Some early levels for Noob.
Yeah, basically just Mage having to play the lane and maybe look for those TP rotations once he's level 6 or 7. But down at bottom, Clockwork getting picked off. Puppy finds the first blood and revenge for all that damage that's being thrown his way. Yeah, good job there to find the clock on the left side of the lane.
Also, Puppy managed to unblock the big camp, got the pull off. This is also one of the strongest, if not like the strongest camp. The Dark Troll Summoner with the skeletons, so rally damage. It kills the creeps almost immediately, denies the whole creep wave.
Yeah, tier 2000 gonna have to try and drag some of them away. Stop going on these neutral camps. Come back to the lane properly, please. Puppy is making a short movement just to grab the water rune at the bottom spot. So Noob not going to have the refill there as Mage took the top one. A slight advantage to the Ember Spirit in that mid lane, but looks like Noob's still last hitting perfectly fine.
And no puns intended, slight advantage for Ember Spirit. I see how it is, Gary.
I've been away from you so long, I've had to I've had to take over the pun department in your absence. I'm sorry.
I was trying to make a pun with the fist, but couldn't think of anything.
We'll get there. You're writing a book, aren't you? Your little coffee book full of dad jokes.
It's gonna come out. Yeah.
Yep.
When I'm done with Dota career in 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be out. You know, for all the people, for all the boomers, all the granddads at the time.
Find it on Kindle. $5 paperback. $1 ebook.
With inflation, it's gonna be higher.
Yeah, that's true.
Like 150.
Oh, Clockwork getting harassed back again. I mean, Treant with 97 base damage really does pack a punch. Battery assault's going to be a little annoying for Puppy. Oh, it's a funny little fight in the forest. Pushed around by the cogs as well.
He tried to square up, get a couple of right clicks in, but doesn't have enough attack speed to get the right clicks in. Gets interrupted by battery. Amar, Vanguard completed. Now they can start to dive underneath the tower. I could see Aframouche being the next victim. Also want to see if maybe Amar decides to pick up like Orb of Corrosion or just casual Orb of Venom for some extra slow, so he can lock onto a target and be annoying. And you already see the power of Vanguard, leaving Anti-Mage alone. Omar making the first rotation, trying to secure the rune. Ember will pick it up in the end, had Remnant available.
He gets his hands on it. Really not a comfortable time in that top lane for Chrysalis. I'm honestly kind of impressed. He's got 26 last hits. The amount of pressure he's been under. Aframouche has been able to kind of keep Morphling alive and farming under tower for the most part in that top lane. And this is where Omar's Enchantress can start roaming around, farming jungle, getting into these stickier spots. I'm seeing a similar thing from Puppy, though. Goes to grab the Watcher down in the bottom jungle. Deep vision from him. And he's going to wrap around here and behind Noob, but I don't know if you've got enough to kill the Snapfire. Maybe you can piss her off a little bit. 1300 HP Snapfire, 7 minutes in, is incredibly tanky. And they got the scan there as well. So Noob knows Puppy was around somewhere, lurking in the shadows. And as we hit 7 minutes, we're actually going to get Quest grabbing both of the Wisdom runes. Clockwork goes off to that right-hand side of the map. Omar's Enchantress on the left. And Team Secret just not in position, not ready for it. Very focused on their lanes.
Interesting build coming out from Noob. He is going for Road of Atos. I mean, this is the build on Snapfire that we see, but like skipping boots straight away into Road of Atos. Great against Morphling, great against Ember Spirit, catching Wind Ranger. Also set up for your cookie. There should be a good one. It also gives you insane amount of damage. Set up for your like Mortimer's Kisses for a second length. It's not the best one because you want to keep the distance with the Mortimer's Kisses, but still, couple of globs, good land.
Yeah, great setup tool. What's Noob up to? Just going to stack the large camp a little bit. A lot of drawing there. Clockwork's like, I haven't seen this pesky Treant in quite some time. And Puppy's lurking in the shadows somewhere. Yapsul's Wind Ranger also moving. 8 minutes in, Omar gets the Arcane Rune top, so nothing for Mage there. I'm going to be relying on the last couple of seconds of this DD rune and realizes, yeah, there's no rune down in the bottom spot. While up at top, Amar going into a 1v2 fight. Puppy joining the Chrysalis Morphling to protect him, as it looked like Amar maybe was looking for that solo kill on the Morph.
I just figured out what Quest did. It took me good 8 minutes because they have Mage on the mid lane. They picked Anti-Mage. And that's how you counter him. And they can also pick up Mage Slayer, Anti-Mage with Mage Slayer. This is it. Instant kill.
It. That's the dream. Remove him from the game. Buy some tangos, kill a Treant as well, yeah? Just Quelling Blade, poor little Puppy. And this Anti-Mage getting a little scary though. Like top 3 net worth, all Quest heroes. And Team Secret starting to lag behind. And this is a draft, you said. You Quest kind of greedy, but they're getting away with everything. Laning stage going very well for them. Are Secret under pressure to make a move? Or are they also looking to kind of break out later on down the line?
They don't really have the heroes who can make moves other than Ember Spirit. Morph wants to farm, Wind Ranger wants to sit in the lane, and there's the first rotation with that Road of Atos.
Yeah, you want to sit in the lane, but you're caught out with the root and the cogs. Clockwork and Snapfire. And taking down Yapsul's Wind Ranger. Didn't even need to use the kisses either, so Noob could Still make a move, go through the twin gate, and maybe play up top.
Oof, Kaori also level 6, going through the gate, so
Oh, yeah.
this should be a kill.
Hello, puppy. How you doing? Hook shot into the damage. Again, don't even need to use the kisses. Amar is going to secure it with a mana void, make damn sure puppy's dead. Right, so it's only 2-1, 10 minutes in, kind of quiet in terms of kills, but farm-wise, Quest looking like they're on a hot streak.
They still have a lot of time to recover, and you're playing into lineup that is super strong in the mid and late game. Like, who's gonna pressure Medusa? TA2000, he's already off in the jungle, continues to stay on top of the net worth. You're playing against AM Medusa. Is there like maybe, I don't know, some better scaling mid, even though Snapfire is insane once she gets to her level 20-25 talents? Like, you're definitely on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to play onto the clock. Bottom lane,
there we
Mage does get a kill. So evening things out at 2 for 2. They've got a catapult here as well, so could put a fair amount of damage onto this tier 1. It's still at full health, though. And of course, we've seen Quest take the opposing tier 1 tower. So it's going to take Secret a couple of heroes to come down here and commit to things. Well, this is where you're giving Quest so much space. You talked about this Medusa. She goes into jungle. She has ancient stacks waiting for her, so clearing those out. Still behind the Snap. Okay, finally now overtakes the Snapfire, who was top of the net worth for the entire game. And a hook shot into mid. Aframush, cogs and kisses. Not where you want to be as the Clinks. Another quick and easy pick there. The kill squad of Quest. Making it work.
There should also be a tower rally from Skelly's. Amar
Ooh.
drops in
Yes,
the
sir.
end.
It's a bit deep from the anti-mage. And Chrysalis pretty low on HP, was getting pressured quite hard, but now the route into Cookie. Mage at about half health. Not going to be able to finish him off because the rest of the team is moving on to the Morphling instead. Chrysalis, with that final bit of mana, will waveform into the tree lines and escape. Nothing's comfortable for Secret, though. Yes, you get a kill on the AM, but you're being pressured on all fronts. Nobody's being allowed to really set themselves up on any area of this map.
They already lost 2 towers. The map is going to open up. And most importantly, TA2000, he's farming. Keeping away enemy heroes from Medusa. That one death on Anti-Mage is going to slow him down a bit. Also, this is Anti-Mage with no Battle Fury, so he wants to keep fighting, going in, soaking up some damage with Vanguard, 1 point in counter spell. You're relatively tanky. Power Treads as well. On strength, you have like 1500 HP. Again, pushing the tower. It's not even chip damage, actually some decent amount of damage coming up from these Skellies and Vorpine Raider.
Yeah. Yeah, what was that? 1,000 damage on the tower. Very quickly done just by the Enchantress. They're kind of forcing Secret. Now you said it, this Mage Ember Spirit having to make moves. Does get a snipe on the Courier, and finally an item here that could allow Secret to make some plays. That Diffusal Blade on the Wind Ranger. Just got to get the pieces together, pair up a couple of heroes.
That's
so
a
many
big
great
one.
ways.
There's
Oh,
the
the
Diffusal Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Medusa, against Anti-Mage. Like, it does give you... Oh, Cookie. Top.
And the
gonna
mana
land.
burn.
All the mana
Gonna get
gone.
it. Mage can't escape. He's already popped his wand. And just slowly whittled down, and Amar with another mana void to get the kill. I mean, Quest have so many great ways to disengage. So even if you go aggressively for a play on one of these core heroes, they've got Stone Gaze and Hookshot, Cookie to disengage, Counterspell and Blink. Very difficult to keep tabs on your opponents. And right now, Aframush is kind of scouting and looking for a play that they can make. Maybe the Enchantress. Let's see Omar. Omar giving a couple of hits to Chrysalis.
They should know that there's a ward on the high ground. Omar pretending like he doesn't know about it. It's a lot of damage. Solar Crest, Car Bomb. They will finish him off.
Yeah, Orb Corrosion there from the Ember as well. Oh, Clockwork misses the hook shot. And they were pre-casting the kisses too. Really trusting the Clockwork to land that one, but Yaps are a little too quick on his feet. Now Windrun to turn the tides of battle, get on top of the clock. Mage and Aframush from that high ground will pummel him down. Secret, making sure that this top jungle is defended. Give Chrysalis a bit more time to farm.
do you think he's gonna trust him with the hook shot next time, precast Mortimer's Kisses? My answer is no.
I think it depends on the
Well-
comms. If the clock said sorry, then sure.
Yeah, if he said sorry, I also don't see Shadow Amulet queued up on Noob, so everything's good. Team spirits are high at the moment.
I had some serious problems last night. I was casting Eastern European Dota so much. Every time I had to say Team Secret, my brain said Team Spirit.
I thought
I
you
just couldn't
had
control it.
a couple of bad pubs the way it started.
Oh, no. My pubs go perfectly fine.
Yeah, pubs are okay. Also an interesting one. Everybody's getting the Fusel Blade. I see 1, 2, 3 being built total. Medusa going for one. TA 2000. This is the build that is actually really good on Medusa. I think slightly underrated. Most of the time you want to build into Butterfly. Butterfly gonna be good here against Clinks, against Wind Ranger, but so is Scotty against Morphling. And also Mana Burn on Morphling. They're going in.
On the
Into
AM.
Mage.
Now they've got the root and the mana burn on this Ember, though. Mage getting caught up in the stuns. The Stone Gaze from TA 2000 gonna send them back, and Mage mana voided down once again. These cogs are good. The Absor trapped inside the cage, and Clockwork sets up for the secondary kill. As Team Secret, again, they were the ones making the move, trying to step forward, getting punished completely by Quest.
Their damage output is really not there. Embersher, he has Maelstrom, but then again, they show up with Medusa, TA 2000. This was his first. Oh, Aframush might get solo killed here.
He was looking close. Omar doesn't have the backup from any of his other team members. Clockwork and Snapfire have gone the long way around. They want to try and hunt the Morphling down. Let's see if they can get the catch on him.
A lot of
Noob.
skeletons here.
Sentry wards there, so Noob does get scouted. And Quest rethinking how they want to approach this, because Team Secret are bringing numbers top to defend Crystalis's position. Yeah, they're TPing out.
Quest
Retreat.
have been playing around this Observer Ward for such a long time. And look at where Puppy is. He's on a different side of the map. He's like, guys, I got you. Living Armor level 2. That's my contribution. And this is a big kill.
Hey, Absol.
Any kind of a solo kill for Wind Ranger, which will push her forward to her next item. I see Force Staff in the quick buy. The deal with Snapfire Kisses. You get away from the cog. But not a bad choice. And Aframush, he's also getting some extra farm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, that's what seemed really important last night, was this distribution of farm. Try and get Aframush on these scaling position 4s up and running, while Puppy's position 5 Treant does get picked off. Amara and Noob, the ones to find him. While Mage, toying with TA 2000 a little bit in that bottom lane, always has the safety remnant to dip back to. Actually, this gap is starting to really widen now. 5k net worth lead for Quest. That's Medusa, 11k net worth just for her.
Yeah, good luck. It's going to be a very difficult game for Crystalis to carry, so that's why Aframush is getting some extra farm right now, trying to scale, going into Deso, minus armor, wants to get some cheap damage on top of Solar Crest, Spark of Courage, extra 18 damage. He really packs a punch. Cookie onto
nice.
Centaur, that's the combo. Look at
Really
them go.
nice. Oh, just watching that happen is beautifully done, but Secret, they want to try and answer this with the overgrowth and the remnant in. Mage will kill off Noob. Now Omar in trouble as well. The roots, they stack up. And the Enchantress will slowly lose her HP. Amar comes in with the anti-mage though, and he turns back on Mage. Completely out of mana. No one charges, and down he goes. Not spending the mana void this time. As a hook shot off the mark. Looks like it was aimed towards Aframush's Clinks, but he did ditches out of there.
A lot of these trades do get Ember Spirit killed, which they're really not worth it. They're not getting any real, like, huge kills. TA 2000 is the big one that I'm talking about. He's still in the jungle, farming up his next item, which is going to be Scotty against Wind Ranger, against Morphling, especially healing from Living Armor. It's going to be good. Yet to see Focus Fire being used, like, other than that solo kill. He tried to use it in one of the previous fights, but couldn't really got the damage in, so Let's see. And I said this is the game where you buy 3 Manta Styles on your cores, and 3 Manta Styles are about to be done as soon as Noob picks up his ultimate orb.
Yeah, does everybody go for it? It feels kind of hard for Yapzor, honestly. The amount of disengage and kiting potential from Quest is incredible. They don't even need force stance or anything, just the skills they've got. And Clockwork. Watching his sentry get de-rewarded and a safety hook shot back to the Medusa. Spending the Stone Gaze there as well, maybe expecting Secret to play aggressively further into their hands, but now we move on to the Medusa. Force the Manta style, but the Shackle Shot's good. Focus fire from the low ground with the overgrowth there as well, but
Good
a cookie to
cookie.
safety. There's the disengage. The kiting away from this Ember and the Wind Ranger as Amar jumps in. Yapzor very low, the Shackle Shot lands,
Nice
and they do
shackle.
kill Clockwork. Crystallis is joined in the fray, turns into the AM, blinking forward aggressively onto Omar. But Enchantress once again, cookie to high ground, and another root there on the Ember Spirit. This Rod of Atos causing problems for Secret as Mage nearly dies to the impetus. They're going to be counting their lucky stars they survived, while
Oh,
it
look
looks
at
like
the Aframoosh.
Aframoosh. He's looking at this Medusa, wondering if he can solo kill her. Noob is here, though. Have they got reveal? They don't see him, do they? No. 2 calls, no reveal, no dust. Invis equals invulnerability.
Nothing new in the department. Carries not carrying dust. What a shocker. It's not Medusa's job. Carry dust. It's kind of difficult to slot it in. But Snapfire could have one. That's level 15 Snapfire. Level 2, extra 2 Little Shredder attacks. Which brings it down to 8. So that's going to be quite a lot of them. But, minus armor, extra damage. We're gonna start to feel it as the game progresses. If she manages to get to level 20, that's the big one.
Especially when you've got like physical damage from AM and Medusa in your team with that little bit of minus armor. Hello, Clinks. Caught out right near a sentry. Aframush was trying to deward the high ground, it looked like, but gets found by this Clock and AM. Kind of felt like Team Secret were prepping for Roshan, getting into this bottom right-hand corner of the map. Maybe looking to just ward around and find a fight there. Maybe hope to sneak into Roche. But Quest, they respond. 4 heroes down here, bring numbers. TA2000 can pop through the twin gate and come down here as well, as they'll secure the Roshan zone and likely just walk into the pit to kill it.
It's difficult to contest this one. Team Secret on a different side of the map. They have more than enough damage. You have like 3 really good scaling cores. You have some sustain coming out from the Enchantress. And Roshan already down to half HP. So let's see who picks it up. I think
The Kobold! The
Kobold's gonna get the
coming!
last hit.
Oh, he gets smashed by Roshan. Poor little fella. Now, Roshan's not even dead yet, and Quest are already making moves. Mage hook-shotted through. The angle from this Clockwork goes through the Ember onto the Clink, so the bonus target, cherry on top, a Clink's kill as well. Roshan killed, Aegis grabbed, 2 kills off the back of it, and Quest just steamrolling into this enemy Ancients area. Armor with no fear, bullying Crystallis back to his base.
So much mana burn on their side. Medusa with Manta Diffusal, AM Manta Diffusal plus Mana Break. How do you play Dota? This is like Nyx Assassin and old Medusa when she was stealing your mana, OD maybe on top of it. It was just nuts. And TA2000 holding on to Aegis, just finished off Scotty. Seems like they might be prepping to go for the high ground as well. You don't want to go in and deal some chip damage since you're playing into Treant Protector. So you want to go full force, try to take it. It seems like Secret is not quite ready yet.
Oh, they need a fair amount of time to get off the ground. They're even going to steal a Tormentor here, Quest. Omar. Careful, hey. These Tormentors, they've got some serious damage. Framush scouting in behind, getting some deep vision. Well, not too much else. 0-3-3 Clinks hasn't really found his place in this game yet.
He played more like a 5 at the start. He pinged out that ward on the high ground, and Noob immediately gets in there. Kaori with the hook shot to follow it up, and they get the kill. Trade your own life for 1 observer ward. Not really worth it.
There's not too much else he feels he can do, though, sadly. And on the other side of the map, you've got Amar chasing Chrysalis. He's burnt all of his mana. This Morphling might just solo die to the anti-mage. Throws the mana void at him. 200 HP remaining, trying to shift up. 400. Chrysalis, does he have any backup? Nobody's coming to help him. Amar just chasing him down to the edge of the earth. The bitter end awaits the Morphling. Finally, backup is coming. But Omar helping out the AM. Treant here with the Ember as well. The Overgrowth root, but the kisses will land. Chrysalis going to get burnt to a crisp. Still not dead, but he'll finally fall. The grave is dug and Amar shoves him in. 6 feet under, Morphling resides. Now the Wind Ranger's caught. Rooted up and caught. The Ember will hold the back with a nice slight chains. Amar slowed down, but the Absol finds no safety in the tree lines. And the high ground is just being pushed into. Quest go up the staircase, 3 kills, and onto the tier 3 they go.
This is it. Team Secret might have like 1 extra fight, maybe 2. If they lose these fights, seems like the game is just gonna end. They've reached the point where they didn't manage to get enough gold advantage, playing into these 3 extremely good heroes that scale well into the mid and late game. They lost the laning stage, and now they're knocking on your tier 3 towers, killing your barracks.
And I've spent the glyph as well. No overgrowth for 40. And Puppy has a pipe.
Pipey, yeah, he's gonna be tanking up the rest of his team, but seems like it's not gonna be enough.
I just remembered last night I channeled my inner Lacoste.
What did you say?
Mage got an Aegis, so of course it was Magus of the Immortal.
Yeah, there we go.
And completely forgotten about it until you make a pun. Well, here's Secret's potential last chance. They're smoked up. They want to fight. A couple of pickoffs here could be a tremendous influx of gold for them. They're coming behind the Medusa. Clockwork has his level 2 hook shot at the ready, though. Man, they're not finding anybody. Kind of interesting, honestly. Noob and Amar both farming while the 3 remaining members of Quest are just pushing high ground, basically.
Quest has way too many carries in this game, so someone's gonna be farming all the time. Clockwork finished off his Aghanim Scepter. We'll scout him out. With this 3-second cooldown on Rocket, can scout out the whole map pretty much, and they know exactly where they are. Medusa, very close to finishing off Butterfly. It feels like she just finished Scotty. Suddenly there's a full Butterfly.
And a Titan Sliver. And all these tier 3 items coming in now as well. Secret did get a Titan Sliver for the Morphling. And Chrysalis has had a rough game. Close to BKB. We'll see if Morphling can do something with that little bit of debuff immunity. In the meantime, tier 3s are crumbling. Floor Shredder going to work with TA2000's Medusa just frontlining for the squad. Playing behind the Medusa here, sit in the pocket and wait for Secret to make their move. Feels like it's just inevitable, though. I did notice Aframush coming across there. I think Amar is getting pinged out by Secret. Shackle shot onto the Ancient Creep. Amar losing all of his HP. Manta and jump away he goes. They're already going to hook shot on Cogs. Mage still chasing the AM, but there's a cookie to disengage. And now with the Overgrowth, they'll kill the clock, but that's it. Secret, they've blown everything. Killed the support.
They used Remnants, they used Focus Fire. They're trying to chase. Maybe they can get another one here. TA2000, Stone Gate's available.
He does have it. Chrysalis pops his BKB to kill the Ench, so 2 kills. I do find that bonus one right at the end of the fight.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Oh, it's a statement for Secret. You know, they're not down and out just yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Aframush try to be sneaky. Skeletons are gonna die. Plagues got nerfed. Those skeletons, you needed 3 kills to kill them. Oh, look at Amar. He's not a 4. He's the offlaner. He's used to buy sentry wards and dust to be able to get some kills. Gets a solo kill. 500 gold for him.
And now Secret might be in trouble.
I love
Theory's
this.
here.
Theory.
Yeah. Jetpack into hookshot. Find the Morphling. Amar has rejoined to kill off Chrysalis. And Yapzor, he's just going to run away and farm some neutrals on his retreat.
instant smoke. I like how Clockwork was looking at Wind Ranger in the direction with jetpack, and then turns to the left, immediate hook shot onto Morphling. Amar jumps, burns all of his mana. It seems like that's gonna be another melee barracks now. Medusa, very close, has Manta style plus bottled illusion rune. Let's see if he pops both of those immediately or saves one just in case. It's gonna be illusion rune. Look at that damage.
Even through the living armor. Straight through it, and Noob with the boots of travel. He's already finished off his MKB, so Wind Ranger won't have that safety from Windrun anymore. And Quest onto this final lane of barracks. They've done all their side quests. Now it's onto the main one. Kill off the buildings. They'll root up the Medusa, but she pops her Manta. Stone Gaze out as well as Mage, losing a lot of his resources and forced the defense of the Remnant already. Hook shot from Kaori, clips onto Alpha Emotion. That'll unlock the kisses to land in onto him. Crystallis with his BKB moves forward in Medusa form. Loses all of his mana, and Yabsaw just dies in the midst of all the quests. Now they've got the Rod of Atos, root up Crystallis. Mage out of mana, bashed up by Amar. And Quest are just cleaning up house. GG called. Secret, they're out of game one now.
Quest, full domination in this first game. It was a bit of a slower start, and then the game just kind of exploded. Team Secret felt like they needed to do so many things with this draft. Try to put pressure in every single lane, get some kills. Top lane didn't go too well for them. AM got early Vanguard, which did allow Enchantress to move around the map. Go to this mid tower. They killed 2 towers relatively early on, and then TA2000 continues to farm. Joins one fight, uses Stone Gates back to farming. Very, very difficult game. I think with this type of a draft, you don't match the energy that Quest has, because their heroes are strong at early levels. Like Medusa in the laning stage, she's a strong hero. So is Anti-Mage, Snapfire as well. And then they go back to farm. They farm their items. They farm just like 3 Manta styles, and Team Secret just doesn't have enough lockdown.
Yeah, and when you've got this greedier lineup as well, you talked about it at the end of the draft. 3 of the 3 top net worth heroes were all Quest the entirety of the game. Crystallis, didn't really stand a chance there when it felt like he was the only real carry for Team Secret. But it was just a bit of everything, right? A bit of outdraft, bit of outplay, outlaned, just across the board. Quest seemed that step above Secret in game one there.
Yeah,
difficult one.
It's kind of hard. I think you can get away with some of these greedier drafts in the current meta because map is bigger, and there's you have Clockwork, Enchantress. These heroes are really good at rotating early on, buying some time. And every single time you get the kill, enemy can't do, especially if it's on a core. Team Secret didn't manage to get many core kills in this game. TA2000 didn't even die a single time. And 1 death on both Amar and Noob. And that's about it. All other kills were support kills.
Tough one. Absolutely. We'll see what Secret do, though. It's a best of 5. Plenty of games to be played on this road to Riyadh. Get to the Masters and find out what they get up to. But so far, it's looking like Quest, that upper echelon team, the favorites coming in, are starting their domination. Their sweep through the grand finals begins here. We'll find out, though, a quick break and see if Team Secret Puppy has got some tricks up his sleeve. See you then.
Throw your uppercut, try to hit me in the gut, thinking that I won't react. You whisper in my name, thinking I won't be the same. Turn fiction into fact. See what you didn't know, bruises that I'll never show, slipping on your every jab. So tighten up your fist, step into the ring with this. I hope your mama's got your back. I took a break. You're making a huge mistake, thinking you can take the throne. Look at you trembling, step into the lion's den. Bet you wish you stayed at home. Begging for mercy underneath your breath when I ain't even sweating. Yeah, my legend's written in the stone. Yeah, you're crying danger in defeat is now your only friend. Even your mama's gotta know. First round, you thought you would've knocked me down. Fifth round, bleeding out the side your mouth. Final round, only the sound of my name in the crowd. You didn't bust. Oh, 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 oh. You didn't bust. Oh, 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 oh.
Welcome back to the grand finals. Game 1 is in the books, already done and dusted, as Quest look incredibly strong in this best of 5 road to Riyadh Masters up against Team Secret Middle East. Lacoste, you know, what does Team Secret have to do? This Quest squad, they're so clean.
Yeah, let's start with the draft. I think they need to match the aggression from Quest Esports, because like it wasn't the most like aggressive draft if you think about it, like Medusa anti-mage, but it's the timing that they're looking for. And Team Secret had a bit of a weaker laning stage. I think stay away from this Treant Protector. The hero just doesn't seem to do much. So let's see if they have something else prepared, or if Quest Esports going to ban that Enigma one more time, because this seems to be the hero. As you said, Puppy played it 3 times in a row yesterday against Enigma, and he really dominated with it. So yeah, it's gone. It's actually gone. They don't want to mess with it.
They've removed it already. Yeah, looked pretty good, and it feels like Team Secret kind of abusing that Enigma position 5 with the creep denies and the jungling aspect of it. It looked super good on Dire as well, because the safe lane Dire camp was like very close to the tower. So Puppy was kind of semi-jungling, getting more experience for his Chrysalis carry than would normally be required. And they were also kind of abusing this double, well, it's not really double, but it's like 1 medallion, 1 solar crest, where they were either buffing up someone really well or putting that minus armor onto an opponent and ripping through them with this Enigma Clinks kind of support duo. Not going to get their hands on it. And same bans as game 1, right? Identical stuff.
Let me just double check. Monkey, Enigma, Timber, and Undying. Yes, that is correct. And Team Secret this time, they will pick up Enchantress for themselves. This is the Puppy Classic. He played this hero for such a long time. I mean, he played every hero for such a long time, other than some of the newer heroes. But yeah, let's see how Quest responds. I'm a big fan of techies.
I can just imagine Amar saying, hey, we banned all the same heroes. They've first picked Enchantress. Let's run it back. Let's steal their draft, play reverse drafts, and see who comes out on top in the end. But nah, Shadow Demon grabbed up very early on. This hero feels like his stock has been rising the past month or two. Very good in lane. Looks like he's able to get into these rotation situations, going into mid lane to protect runes, get kills on the mid lane, create action, and he's a saving hero.
It's a hero that also it's anti-Medusa hero, so you can easily counter some of these heroes. Good saving, good like anti-bat hero if Team Secret wants to pick it up. And Quest is like, you guys played Morphling, we'll show you how to play Waterboy in this one.
Yeah. It really does feel so... Oh my god, yeah, the response is the same. Enchantress anti-mage. Got that AM up and running. That's just Morphling feels so good in that second pick spot where you're like, okay, we're gonna block out a load of carries against you just by picking the Morphling.
10 seconds remaining.
I think the big question for me now though is Yapzor going to be playing anti-mage offlane? Is that I guess it's a possibility. I just don't think I've ever thought about that. Yapzor playing AM.
I think this is gonna be leaning more towards Crystallis other than Yapzor, but we'll have to see. Shadow Demon, like it really depends how you're gonna be using that disruption. If you can play around, maybe fake pump it against the counter spell. And these are the heroes that I mentioned in the previous game against AM. So this most likely is looking to be safe lane AM. As soon as I see this Slaughter ban, if the next one is LC, this means they want to be playing safe lane AM.
Yeah, fully protecting with the bans. Ancient Apparition removed. A good solid hero against the Morphling. Might also indicate, some more healing heroes coming down the line, but for now, it's just don't let the Ice Blast come into play.
10 seconds remaining.
We haven't seen much of Ancient Apparition being played, but we do see the hero being banned out because Morphling is super popular for his phase material hero.
If we don't get the Treant in the second phase, what would you rather see from Team Secret? You want some more aggression, something that can play a bit faster, right?
Yeah, I want to see some control against both Shadow Demon and Morphling, some kind of a backline jumper. I think it's a good Storm game. You said Ember Spirit as well, even though he was available in the previous one. I think the hero can work out. So banning out Underlord, another hero that can put pressure onto Anti-Mage even without mana. Later on, pre-Manta style, bit of Malice, gonna cause a lot of issues. So definitely looks like a safe lane Anti-Mage now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot of emphasis in covering him there. Well, out goes the Scarth Mage as well. So same story for Quest, covering their safe lane carry, making sure the Morph and the AM are both protected with these bans.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm really excited to see what Yapzor pulls out. I think he's played a different hero in like every game so far. ET, Nyx, Underlord, Tide, Windranger.
Radiant team ban.
I want to see what else he can pull out of the bag.
Seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yapzor's having a really good time playing Dota again, and I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed like they had a lot of fun last night. His Tide Hunter went like unchallenged. It was beautiful stuff. We also had a mid lane Earthshaker that Mage absolutely popped off on. He crushed Mikey's puck. Might not see it this series. It's very lane dependent. Pretty cool hero to pull out from time to time though.
Secrets turn
A Spirit Breaker now for Quest, so that's a tempo hero. Give them that charge initiation, cause a bit of chaos in the fights.
It's also a hero that can like preemptively go onto Anti-Mage before he can get the counter spell off, so you don't care too much about it. Rather like low cooldown, stun, control, hero that can move across the map, put a lot of pressure on the side lanes.
5 seconds remaining.
Do you remember when
down.
Counterspell with charge used to work, where it would block Spirit Breaker's charge, but AM would charge the Spirit Breaker?
Yeah, there was also a time in Dota when you couldn't cancel Spirit Breaker's charge, or like
Yeah.
you collect, you're committed. So people were
Into Fountain.
Yeah, TP into Fountain. See you later, nerd.
There's a bunch of weird and wonky stuff. Like Juggernaut Omnislash used to follow people when they TP to Fountain as well sometimes. All that's been cleaned up though, I believe. I don't know where the Spirit Breaker is heading. Is there any precedent here for Quest in terms of roles? Do they play POS 3, POS 4, Spirit Breaker? What's the deal there?
Looking at the drafts that they played so far, Spirit Breaker only played by Omar.
Okay.
During the DPC. He played 2 games, 100% win rate, looks good. I think you might want to have some like elusive heroes. I'm down for some Puck, maybe even Storm Spirit, Void Spirit also. Even though the hero has been nerfed, I still think the hero is viable. He's just not as strong as he used to be.
Oh, the Rubik Mars. That's going to be Aframush, Rubik, Yapzor on the Mars, and a Viper for Quest. Comes out immediately.
It's been a Mars special for a long time. He was joking in the interviews how he can play 3 heroes, Viper, Razor, and Mars. Timber, okay, maybe 4, but yeah, he was joking about the 4th hero. And yeah, this should be, even though there has been a decent amount of Viper from the mid lane in Western European Div 2, mostly coming out from Ancient Tribe. The hero is insanely good. Just because he can like dominate the matchups. I also remember a specific matchup against Queen of Pain. Quap doesn't get to play Dota, but I think this is going to be just off lane to put pressure on Anti-Mage. Shut him down. Spirit Breaker plus Viper, it's really strong off lane. Viper, when he was popular as an off laner, you wanted to pair him up with some kind of a stunner, Tusk, Tiny. Now it's going to be Spirit Breaker. So that's going to work out. And Team Secret also banning out some of these elusive heroes that we mentioned. Yeah. Queen of Pain, Puck, Ember Spirit banned by Quest Esports. This leaves hero like Pango open for Secret if they want to play it. We might even see some like Windranger coming out.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they've got a fair amount of options there. I just do really like the Quest lane setup already. Like they see this Ench Anti-Mage, they see the Rubik Mars, they know what lanes they're playing into. So Morphling going to be protected by the SD against these Telekinesis Spear combos. And Viper Spirit Breaker, very good at like trading hits with Enchantress, always feels very good because that's her job. She trades hits the first 3 minutes. And if you get back in there with some bashes and poison attacks, you keep her out of the lane, then you pressure the AM. The dominoes start to topple. I was thinking about how the game develops as well. Team Secret, very reliant on Mars Arena to start fights and actually catch people out. Damage only really coming from the Rubik and Enchantress support hero so far. AM probably going to have a quiet game. And there goes that third spirit you were talking about, the elusive heroes. Pretty much all gone now, leaving just the Pango, which you called several picks ago.
And there aren't many heroes available because Quest doesn't want to pick Pango into Mars. It would be too difficult of a matchup because of the arena.
Yeah.
So now you need to have hero against Pango. I think like there's a decent amount of heroes left in the pool that can square up against Pango, especially. I think you might be into some Shadowfiend mid territory right now against Pango. What else is there? I think Wind Ranger works as well. They have a minute and a half to think about it.
Yeah, plenty of time and a fair amount of options. What are they missing from their fight, from their draft here? It feels like they've got plenty of catch, decent team fight.
Wait, is Snapfire still available?
I think so,
they can run Snapfire one more time from the mid lane. Good matchup against Pango. Can keep the distance. With Lull Shredder, you can put him down to half HP during the Rolling Thunder. But if they... Go ahead.
Wait, is there a conversation about moving that Viper back to mid that you were talking about earlier?
It's also a possibility.
Oh, the Snapfire comes out again. I think you've called the majority of the picks in this draft. Well, well done, Lacoste.
It's I mean, meta for these like top tier teams, it's relatively easy to figure out. Also, meta right now, we don't see too much deviation from these standard strong meta picks, so it's kind of relatively easy to predict what's gonna come out if you're just talking about like lane to lane matchup. And again, I do like what Quest have this time. They don't have like the best setup for Snapfire early on. Spirit Breaker is that guy, but he can also push you out of Mortimer's Kisses, can look slightly wonky. I do like Team Secret's Wrath way more than I did in the previous game, because right now you have some Mars, it's a relatively long cooldown. You have Pangolier with the Swashbuckle, Diffusal Blade against Morphling, against Snapfire. This hero feels really good to play. It's just how they're going to execute. I think this time Team Secret has much stronger lanes. This is pretty classic. Mars plus Rubik, Enchantress Anti-Mage, and Pango from the mid lane. But I still feel this is like 60-40, because Viper is going to destroy this bottom lane.
Yeah, very much. Still feels like a situation where Secret need to get out of the lanes kind of unscathed, and putting the pieces together might be a bit of a challenge for them. Like, I don't know. It feels like they're lacking some damage. Like, okay, it may just be because I saw Mars played by Yapzor yesterday, and it looked okay, but it didn't look tremendous. They didn't have that follow through. You know, we no longer have a big combo with a Supernova or an Ice Blast or anything like that into the arena. You know, kind of relying here on the Pango with the Rolling Thunder to connect. And itemization is going to be key, right? That early Diffusal Blade for him. Get the Anti-Mage involved potentially. Whereas on Quest side, it's all about levels. Get Amara's levels, get him tanky. Rod of Atos going to come out for probably him and Snapfire to give you that additional bit of catch against Pango and AM. That's going to unlock the ability there for this Spirit Breaker and Shadow Demon to dish out the DPS. As we get ourselves into game 2. And yet again, both teams smoked up, but it looks like Amar was very quick to the post there. Saw that Observer Ward placement from Puppey.
Corey immediately coming with the Sentry Ward to deward it. Might need to be slightly careful. Can't just like, I'm going in. I'm going to get that XP and gold. So needs to wait it out until people show up in the lane so that he doesn't die.
I don't think supports don't care about dying. They care that the ward gets dewarded. Having an Observer Ward denied in front of you is like the worst feeling ever as a support. I'd rather lose my hero than lose the kill on the Observer Ward.
If this was you, you would already be dewarding that, buying another sentry, and then dying.
Well, I would go there and I would cancel attack animation because I'd be expecting someone to be trying to deny it and trying to fake pump the attack on it. Oh, there's Omar coming at D-Ward. Waiting a little bit. See if he can get himself a bounty rune as well. And down the bottom, Kiori going to grab a bounty for himself. So, yeah, 2 for 2.
Not getting dewarded yet. Seems like they don't trust Amar. He pinged it out, though. Not sure what he said in the comms, but just by judging by the ping, it means the ward is there.
Very interesting. Maybe they give a sentry to the snap. Yeah, not sure.
Maybe. And then he gets like solo XP, extra gold, pushes him closer to level 6, faster than Pango. You get the kill because of it.
Yeah, that always feels amazing. Well, that is the big thing, right? Level 6 for both of these heroes. Vitally important. Rolling Thunder and the Mortimer's Kisses. A big team fight ultis to watch out for this game.
They're trying to go for the kill in this top lane, which leaves Morphling alone. I don't think that there's one hero you don't want to give good start to. That's Morphling. And Corey zoning out Yapsor. Yapsor's like, guys, please either get that first blood or get over here.
Yeah, it's not something that happens that often anymore. We used to see it against these Terrorblades who use meta early on.
These are good body blocks with the blood
Amar,
grenade.
He's going to kill Chrysalis here. They do get first blood on Amar first. Kiori kills Yapsor down at bottom lane, and Omar is trying to run away from Aframush and Puppy. Bloodbath in the first minute. Heroes dying left and right. Omar going to survive for now. Not going to finish him off with the Fade Bolt and final right click, so Aframush just going to have to fall back.
Yeah, the thing is, Morphling is 6 and 5. Like, this is some insane start for the Morphling. And finally, minute and 40 seconds into the game, Aframush is deeping to this bottom lane. They're going in again.
Yeah, they do get the spear on Kiori, but he's got disruption to hold them back. Keep them at bay for now. And it's not just his bottom lane. Tier 2000, yeah, he's doing a tremendous job there. Snapfire mid, 10 and 3 against the 7-0 of this Pango. Noob really showing Mage what he's made of.
Very similar matchup to the previous game. Like, even better, I would say, for Snapfire, because Pango, sure, you can get the shield crash off, but ooh, Cookie. Gotta go for a sneaky play. Get some harassment. Snapfire free farms in this lane. Again, melee hero, but no magic shield absorption from Mage this time around. Going for Water Rune for himself. There's one available in the top lane. Nothing too fancy going on.
Yeah, just trade for trade. Well, down at bottom, the aggression continues onto Aframush. Couple of stacks of the poison, but Kiori's out of mana now. He can't keep it going onto the Rubik. And Morphling is going to hit level 3 pretty soon. And that's the point at which he becomes very difficult to contend with. It's a little surprising, you know. It makes sense they want to try and get that kill on Viper top. That is a hero that can snowball negatively. We've seen these Visages, Vipers, Venos, the slow, sluggish heroes in the off lane. They get killed a couple of times and their lane is kind of over. So it made sense for Secret to attempt that play. But Rubik and Mars meant to be a kind of a kill threat lane in its own right down at bottom. But once you start lagging behind in levels and your opponents are getting theirs, that kill threat not only disappears, but goes back the other way. Kaori and Tier 2000 showing that off big time down bottom with the 4 stacks of poison. There's the kill on Mars.
Well, this was supposed to be a killer lane, as you said, but Rubik has been late to the party. They did shut down Viper, which is a good thing. This has always been, I think, how to deal with some of these lane dominators. Try lane, get the kill, maybe rotate one more time. Noob, he's in trouble here.
Yeah, the roaming offlane Mars. Yapsor misses the spear, doesn't connect to the tree, can't pin down the snap. But it's kicked Noob out of lane now. There is a bounty rune to gather and a TP back if he wants to. Nah, he's going to walk it across. Puppy.
Kaori bottom.
Kaori. Yeah, both side lanes, a bit of action there. So Aframush kills the Shadow Demon. Puppy about to die top. And Chrysalis has to blink away from danger as well. Spirit Breaker and Viper. Yeah, they hit level... It's like this level 3 moment. Become incredibly potent.
Morphling just finished off his power treads. Needs to use the courier. Good luck trying to find farm against this hero now. Constant harassment. Yapsor just hit level 3. Morphling level 4 already.
16 denies. That's a pretty wild amount. And Kiori feels very safe to play very far forward. Aframush quite low on HP here. They're aiming for Yapsor, though. They want the position 3. Down he goes. Couriers, we've got to scramble, hide behind the tower, don't get picked off. Bottom lane, a resounding victory for Quest, that's for sure.
It's massive, the disadvantage that they have. 1,500 on Mars, 2,700 on Morphling, and it's only gonna get worse.
And you add in the Snapfire winning her lane. Top lane, Anti-Mage 18 last hits. Viper is caught up. Amar, and they're able to drag this wave back, get a couple of pulls going off the back of that kill on Puppy. Top lane more than recovered for Quest. This is another lineup where Secret gonna have to get out of the laning stage unscathed. But after much Rubik, 2 stacks of poison and the body blocks from Kaori allow this Morphling to get over the top. Finish off the Rubik with a final punch. Kaori with another kill, 4 and 1 on the Shadow Demon as a position 5. Oh, he's got to feel so good about himself.
Kaori is really good at using this hero. Like he has, I think his Phoenix is one of the best ones I've seen lately. Gonna blend down that observer ward to see a bit of vision, and there's that level 6 advantage that we talked about. As soon as you hit it, Aframush, can he get a return kill here? Cookie actually gonna land. Might get him a return kill. 4 magic wand charges. Noob does not want to commit. Oh, can Aframush deny the rune? He can.
Is he gonna die
his
for
life,
it?
probably. No, he's not in range, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Boots of speed, no bots.
Meanwhile,
Snapfire.
Yapzor, a 1v1 against the Shadow Demon, and Yapzor's losing. Had to pop a full magic wand just to survive.
Well, no wonder Shadow Demon's level 4. Mars level 3 at the moment. And he's going, oh my god, he's prepping. He's going for that XP rune. Like, you can't pick it up against Shadow Demon. You'll get disrupted. Maybe Rubik can with instant lift. Let's see.
It's going to be a close call. Not a close call is that top lane fight. Amar and Omar not only killing Puppey, but probably killing Chrysalis now. He's blinked back, but the poison attacks, they stack up, and they're going to bring him down. A double kill for the Viper.
Oh, look at Kaori. He's hiding so that he doesn't get lifted.
Sneaky fella. Hello, scouting with poison. Lift is there. The Wisdom Rune grabbed by Aframush. And now Kaori, deep behind enemy lines, going to be met by Rubik
he's gonna get
and
the kill
Mars,
here.
but he's going to get the kill on Rubik, isn't he? 3 stacks on poison, killing spree for the Shadow Demon. Yapzor's Mars is like, well, what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do? He's the one who got that XP from the Wisdom Rune and then might go on him. God's Rebuke. Seems like it's not going to be enough. Kaori didn't have enough.
Hey.
Oh, a bit of a misplayed there. He still might die here. Another adaptive strike in a second. Another waveform in a second.
Get over here, Yappy. 11-3. TP's down bottom now. Rubik and the Pango coming in to kill off Kaori. That's a streak that Mage will gladly take. 364 gold to his name. And Omar, where's he going? He's charging across the map. He'll cancel it. Looks like he was aiming towards Puppey's Enchantress.
Oh, DD on Noob. He might pop it and try to pressure the tower. There's Enchantress creep. Yaps are showing. Yaps are only level 4 at the moment. Need some good juicy XP for him.
Oh, he desperately needs it. It still feels like that arena is vitally important for Team Secret's chances in these early team fights. And it looks like he's going for a similar build he did last night as well. I think Yapzor went double bracer, soul ring with the blink dagger. But I guess single bracer, soul ring, blink now. Trying to accelerate things a little faster. Get to that blink initiation just a little quicker. Amar treads and double Wraithband top. Protected by Omar's Spirit Breaker. Scouts Enchantress and Rubik coming in from the right-hand side. And a rotation from Noob as well. With that DD rune you talked about. Charge onto Puppey, a couple of quick hits, and the Enchantress disappears on our screens. That's probably evacuation time for Secret. Ditch that top lane as quickly as you possibly can.
This should be some good damage on the tower. Snapfire finds Fairy's Trinket while they're farming. Off-row. Gonna try to TP out. Charge doesn't come in time.
Kaori through that twin gate. I thought he was going to have another solo kill. A wise TP from the Rubik. Mage, you gonna get a bottle refill? Oh, no, he doesn't.
Doesn't work.
No.
He had it in the backpack.
Clarity. Took up an important slot in that Enchantress inventory. Quest gonna come back down to bottom. They're pressuring top. They're defending bot. Keeping Noob farming mid. Rod of Atos just a few hundred gold away now.
This is big against Pango, setting things up for Mars. Against Anti-Mage, it's like so-so, but if you manage to get the counter spell off with some... Try to bait it, maybe Shadow Demon, and then Road of Atos is going to be really good. Crystallis really struggling on AM. Again, 3 cores from Quest on top of net worth, pretty similar to what happened in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, this Morphling is 82 and 28. Anti-Mage 55 and 9. That net worth difference about 2,000 just 10 minutes in. I'm just going to go Battle Fury. So again, Team Secret are going to be wanting to try and drag this game past laning stage, past 20 minutes. Difficult task, though, when Quest are going to be knocking on your door non-stop. I will force a fight up top, though, defending Tier 1 against Amar and Omar. And there's the arena from Yapzor, catching the Viper inside and a Rolling Thunder to secure the kill. Aframush will be the one to claim it. 2 ultis used, but a big kill and a tower defense worthwhile for Secret's efforts.
Yeah, Mars like, damn, I should have played Mars. That's a good hero after dying to it. This time, Quest doesn't have as much tower damage early on. Like Morphling, if he starts hitting on your tower, like this bottom tower should fall, but they need to be grouping up. No points in Lil Shredder yet, so need to be playing with the catapults as well. Oh, misses it.
And
Kind of hard.
It.
Yeah. The misses with the Morphling, but... Oh, Pango.
Disrupted up for now. Just a bit of annoyance here. There's Demonic Purge on him. Mage has already spent a Swashbuckle. Doesn't have Rolling Thunder, and there's no saves, actually. So Mage is going to get charged down by Omar. The speed at which Quest come and collapse into this enemy ancient spot. It started off as just the Shadow Demon, then the Morphling comes, now the Snap and the Spirit Breaker, layering on the damage and the threat to get a bonus kill. And Yapzor in an awkward spot now, wondering where the hell he needs to be, while up in the top lane, Secret make the jump onto the Viper. That's the AM who spent his blink already, and he's going to get charged and killed. The Kisses now launched across to the Shadow Demon, disrupted up Enchantress, another double for Noob, and Team Secret crumbling.
They're so quick, rotating across the map. Like you see 2 cores steeping top instantly after Anti-Mage used his blink, Mortimer's Kisses, Morphling with the waveform, and this should be the tower in the top lane. Okay, backwards.
I say, look to Ancients, look to top, look to mid, look at me, look over here. Secret have so many things to contend with. Yapzor was afraid for his life in the mid lane with that charge coming his way. Tier 1 tower still dies top, and this is where the net closes in around them. There's a lot of work for the AM to be kind of cutting waves, finding little pockets of farm in the safety of the jungle.
Oh, nice.
Kiori there.
Plays there, stops him from getting the charge off. Crystallis doesn't feel too comfortable jumping in with only 2 points in blink. This is also very underfarmed anti-mage. Didn't get what, 4k 13 minutes into the game. Doesn't have anything to amplify his farm. There's no Magnus. There's like, even if you stack for him, he's not going to be getting those stacks right now because he can't farm it. Still, this might be like 20-minute Battle Fury if he dies one more time.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult for him. Like, that's like one thing that they're underfarmed, but it's also the Shadow Demon and the Spirit Breaker being a little overfarmed. So the difference between the AM and the Shadow Demon is 600 gold. The difference between the Spirit Breaker and the Mars.
Why do you have to bully, Gary?
I'm just pointing at the facts.
You could have said it nicer.
Facts over feelings.
Yeah, there we go.
If you want to stay positive, we can talk about TA 2000 and Noob being right up the top. 8k net worth for the Morphling. Sanjin Yasha just, what, 600 gold away now? Or even just 400 gold away as he closes out this camp. Crystallis being charged. Omar's not going to go that deep for it, but it's going to harry the AM away from these neutral camps, which he thought were safe.
Secret should try to smoke with this Blink Dagger, just picked up on Mars, and go for a kill. Try to land Arena on 1, maybe 2. Kiori.
And they start things off on Puppy. Telekinesis and the God's Rebuke back. Kiori, he's overstepped and overstayed his welcome, but with the Kisses and the Nether Strike, Mars dropping low. The big damage onto the Rubik in the back will blow up Afro Motion now with the Rod of Atos. They've caught out Yapzor. Noob on a mega kill streak as they return fire and trade out 2 for 1.
They're gonna hit such an earlier timing because Morphling, he'll gladly join with all of his small items, Falcon Blade, Yasha, Power Treads, Morbid Mask, like doesn't have a single finished item. Now what is he building? That's casual Ogre Axe, gonna be Sanjin Yasha, BKB next for Amar. So wants to be fighting with the rest of the team. Understands that he's gonna hit an earlier timing. Then Anti-Mage, who's still struggling to get the farm.
Yeah, and again, another indication from Quest. They bring 5 heroes there. Everyone's ready to fight at the drop of a hat. They are in position and wanting to battle. Amar, the focus here from Secret, though. A lot of burst damage onto this Viper, but in comes the charge. They do still drop Amar quickly. Inside the arena, Omar, the next target, tries to stand his ground against this Rolling Thunder, which is crashing down onto him and TA2000. And Secret, this time it's them with a 5-man death squad looking for the kills. 2 juicy pickoffs, and TA2000 might be the third. Rod of Atos to keep back the AM, and
connect.
Doesn't pin him to the tree. They can't continue.
They needed to get this another kill. But these are some big kills. Killing Amar, focusing him down, pushing Pangolier closer to his Diffusal Blade. That's the big timing. You'll have Anti-Mage plus Diffusal Blade. It's a lot of mana burn. They need to play it from the distance, try to buy a little bit more time. They don't necessarily need to commit. Maybe kill 1 target with the arena, and then try to burn mana as much as possible on some of these heroes. Omar charging in.
Yeah, Aframush, a lot of damage just from the charge bash, and the kisses coming in onto the Rubik. In for the shots out of Poppy. It's
These
annoying.
are good kisses.
Will kill off Omar, but you're right. The kisses making sure the fight will be a successful one for Quest.
Noob really on point with his rotations, with the kisses, cookies. Everything is landing as it should be.
And outside of the one fight we've just seen Secret win was good for them. They brought the numbers, but the entirety of this 17-minute match so far has been Quest bringing exactly the amount of heroes they need to win these fights. Just there, they had 3 heroes top, getting 2 pickoffs. Meanwhile, Shadow Demon and Morphling, they're farming bottom, getting a push on the tier 2, maybe even setting up for a kill on Yapzor, but he scanned and he's blinked away. He felt that one coming.
Gotta finish off Battle Fury, and it's coming on the courier. So 17.5 minutes, considering how everything went. I would say this is not too bad. Game is winnable, without a doubt. All you need to do is make them GG in the old chat or kill their throne. Easier said than done.
Yeah, nothing too difficult. Force your opponents to tap out, one way or the other. Things have evened out a little bit. This 7k lead, plateauing a touch. Do get a bit of breathing room on the map now. And Chrysalis with that Battle Fury gets the top left corner. Mid lane still being held. Tier 1 tower mid still half HP on that dire side. Could be a target here for Quest to swoop in and grab it. Honestly, Quest probably feeling very content to maybe just wait for Secret to come to them. You know the Battle Fury's up. You know Pango Diffusal probably itching for a fight. And we could see Secret smoke up as 3 or 4 and make a move into that bottom jungle. Quest probably going to be ready and waiting for them.
Quest waiting to farm a couple of these BKBs before, maybe they go for a pickoffs, but sieging tier 2 towers, definitely not needed. Amar in the farm mode right now, trying to get that BKB. Same goes for Noob. Wants to have BKB to get outside of the arena, not get his mana burned. Diffusal Blade doesn't work through BKB anymore. Very close to 2 BKB timing. TA2000 not going for the BKB himself. Might need it since you are playing into all this mana burn later on.
And BKB's for nerds. He's got a great healing Lotus. That's the real godly item. Well, there's nothing really stopping him from punching that tier 2. And Kiora with a couple of illusions going to send them forward and keep that pressure going. Yeah, a bit of calm here from Quest.
They could be going for Roche on Quest in the next couple of minutes. Maybe next minute when it's on Radiant side. Start prepping for it. You have enough damage. Snapfire, Morphling. And then you can maybe go for 21 minutes invade enemy XP rune. Seen this move being very popular. Ooh. Omar. Diffusal Blade stops the charge immediately.
Yeah,
I don't have the move speed. Mage picking up Shield Rune. We've seen Shield Rune plus Shield Crash being very efficient in some of the earlier games. You become almost immortal, but against Shadow Demon, you purchase both of these things immediately, so you're not
Right.
as tanky as you think you are.
Yeah, Demonic Purge pays off big time. Yes, it was pretty funny. Diffuser Blade inhibit to slow the Spirit Breaker. Telekinesis into Bulldoze lasts half a second. And then Aftermath is like, wait, I have a Yules. Let's use the Yules on the Spirit Breaker instead. And here comes Secret Smoke move. They don't go down to bottom jungle to invade. They're hunting for the Viper
bought
up top
out.
instead. Amar spent all his money and bought the BKB, so his death here. You know, it's a nice kill for Secret, but not too consequential for the Viper. Still got his item up, and while this is happening, exactly what you talked about. Radiant side Roshan, bottom right corner, Snap and the Morphling in the pit.
They have enough damage. Amar was ready to fall back immediately after picking up that BKB, but no real loss. And let's see, Omar, he's going for that XP rune on the enemy side of the map, knows that there's going to be stolen TP. Can Puppy pick it up on time?
Radiant structures
Ooh,
Yes, he can.
Yeah. Right on time.
top tower is under attack.
Big chunk of
Yes.
experience now. Coming Team Secret's way. Both supports, level 11. Almost
There
level
is the
12.
Aegis though.
Has fallen.
And
Radiant's
Quest gonna go through the Twin Gate.
attack.
Yapzor in an interesting position. Hiding in the trees, just watching over the Snapfire. Does have a couple of heroes coming in from the right-hand side. Rubik and the Anti-Mage looking to join forces with the Mars. I mean, Noob Snapfire here has BKB, 2,500 HP. A very difficult kill to grab, especially with a Shadow Demon sat in behind, tucked in the trees.
Even if they get the initiation going.
Nice.
Oh, that's the big kill. If they can get Shadow Demon instantly. Oh my god.
Oh, the AM just gets shredded though. They found the good catch on the SD in the back, but he disrupts. Now the arena from Yapzor, double spear connect. But Quest are too tanky. Secret needed way more heroes here to fight this.
Oh, Crystallis. It's a bit of a rough one. Like, sure, you have your teammates around you, but you can't be blinking in aggressively like that, especially on Shadow Demon, who gets the disruption off. If you don't pin him with the spear into another stun, he's not gonna die.
Everything about Quest is so fast. And their map movements, but even inside these team fights, the AM blinks in, everyone turns and focuses fire, realizes the big target. There's like target acquisition from Quest is superb. They know exactly who, when, and how they're going to kill these secret heroes. Tier 2000, Aegis for 3 minutes, disrupted up. A couple of illusions going to head down that mid lane. And Omar invis in that Shadow Blade, just looking for anybody lurking. Some good vision here from Secret, though. Not going to get found. 2 observer wards out of the range of the sentry.
Some good vision that provides vision in the lane as well, so Spirit Breaker can get the charge. Boots of Travel from Snapfire, try to land the kill. 2 9-second BKB timing. Morphling doesn't have one available yet, but is holding on to Aegis, so that's going to be his protection.
Who do they see first? And does Puppy come forward for high ground vision? No, he doesn't. So Quest get that observer ward on the high ground quickly, and the charge through connects on 2. Immediately dispatch with the Rubik, and Puppy left stranded by his team. A double kill for TA2000. And now from mid to top lane, these tier 2s are going to fall quickly. The stranglehold on the map. Man, Quest, they just do not give up.
They're so quick at rotating, and now pinging out the bottom lane. There's still tier 1 tower available. They could easily set things up on Yapzor as you show in the lane. Spirit Breaker with the charge, 1 TP to rotation at a tower or a creep wave should secure the kill. And look how Yapzor's farming. He's not showing in the lane, using spear from the trees or like blinking in God's Rebuke and then instantly disappearing. Not allowing Spirit Breaker to get the charge off.
Don't show. Nobody show anywhere on the map. Yapzor
Radiant's bottom tower is
gonna have his team rally around him. Here come 5 members of Team Secret.
Dire's top
Noob invis down at the bottom
Radiant's
right-hand corner. Gonna go through the twin gate. So they might come in contact with the TA2000 Morphling. It does have that Aegis for 1:20. And Secret realizing this is not where they want to be. They cannot get to that tier 1. It's too dark and spooky in the bottom jungle. We've seen plenty of times in the past this kind of barrier to protect your Medusa or AM farming Ancients, but this is next level from Secret. They've got 4 heroes sitting in front of Chrysalis while he farms camps.
Quick move on Chrysalis. Everybody, that's the gameplay for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The problem is you're going to get out-farmed. Map is way too big, and Quest will be farming all those camps. I still want to use this Aegis, 40 seconds. Let's see if Secret maybe... Oh, Amar!
Amar?
He got jumped.
Walks straight up into high ground. BKB comes out. Mana Void pumped into the Viper, who does die in the end. Charge cancelled out by the Yules, and Mage with a Rolling Thunder to try and escape with another strike. And Morphling's physical right-click damage getting through Mage's HP
Poppy
pool pretty
dealing some
quickly.
insane damage. Look at him
Impetus
go.
hits, landing on Noob, has the BKB up to dodge the spear. TA2000 finally kills Mage up to the north, and now in Arena, Noob's BKB lasting long enough for him to TP home safely. Kaori not so lucky though, dead to the Impetus shots, and Puppy, he just
10
relentlessly
seconds.
launching these Impetus
They're
hits
going
in
to time
towards...
the Aegis.
Oh, you're
He's
right.
out of mana.
3, 2, 1, TA2000, he's just gonna die here. And he's fallen, Morphling's gone, and Secret with a really great team fight around that Aegis timing.
This could have been a full team wipe. They initiate on Amar. Amar been playing this game where he's away from the rest of the team, then tries to reconnect. I think he needs to be with the team because he deals insane amount of damage, has break against both Mars, Bango, like anti-mage, Enchantress, because Enchantress, like, I want to see Puppy's damage. Yeah, he dealt most damage in that fight from both teams. Almost 4,000 damage.
Yeah. And a 4,500 net worth swing. Yapzor feeling a little too comfortable though. Comes out into the mid lane and shows to Amar, Noob, and Omar. But yeah, absolutely. Amar's positioning there completely undid Quest's movement. You've got to give props to the triple observer, not just triple, quadruple observer awards from Puppy around this Ancients area. It's ridiculous.
Like, we want to farm here, we want to take the fight, and it pays off. Puppy, understanding that he needs to scale in this game to be able to dish out the damage. Better get 2,000 gold, has Boots of Bearing queued up, and go buy it out.
Oh, where's the Moon Shard? Where's the Hyperstone? Even the Aghanim Scepter. We've seen some of these offlane enchantresses, right, go for the Sproink pretty early on.
It's such a insane Aghanim Scepter. It's just like, how do you farm it? But Puppy's in a good spot. Like, he's about to take over Yapzor's farm. And there it is. More farm than him.
Overtaking the Mars. The good old days. Puppy and Yapzor, the greedy supports.
Well, he's not overtaking a Mars farm. Amar has 12k.
Yeah, you got me.
Why you lying, Gary?
Why am I lying? Omar, Amar, and Mars. What a game. What a world we live in.
Scanning.
Maybe Secret can come and finish off this tier 1 bottom lane. What do you reckon? 97 health? Send some illusions forward. Chrysalis finally has his Manta style done. We're getting to a point, honestly, where Secret, these heroes that scale, are getting their items.
He's not allowing him to get that tower. Let's see if they deny it. Yeah, Shadow Demon will do it. Nice play from Kaori. Next Roche, potentially in 20 seconds, gonna be most likely on the Radiant side if it's not an instant spawn again, which does benefit Quest. They have outpost TP2, they can easily defend it. Set up some vision, take over the Watcher.
I love this build on Spirit Breaker. Shadow Blade into the Octarine. And go Aghanim Scepter afterwards as well. So you just got this permanent charge, basically. No downtime, running around the map. Secret, gonna come in and smoke, though.
And look where Amar is. He's not with the team again. If they initiate, it's gonna be 4 versus 5. But the rest of the team talked. Maybe they want to go north. Or pinging out this mid creep wave. Let's kill it first. Roshan. It is available. It's an early spawn, so he will go through the gates.
Yeah, off to his summer home. Time to migrate. Oh, Noob shows on that bottom wave, but into the Shadow Blade to obscure himself from vision. And Amar, straight TP to Outpost. BKB up, focusing Mage, half HP. That Scythe of Vice trying to pay off dividends, and Mage is dead off the back of it. Amar with a ballsy play gets the takedown. Now Puppey and Yap saw that arena was a false sense of security for them. They're going to get caught out and killed. A TA 2000 double. 3 kills and into the Roche pit they head.
This Roche now belongs to Quest. Amar TP's in, has Hex available, controls them. It's not initiated on this time, which means that he's going to be able to dish out some serious amount of damage. Yeah, the most damage has been done by Viper. And also Pango, like, you're not magic immune anymore. You have magic resistance during Rolling Thunder. And then you can easily be killed. And also Noob is about to crack level 20. That's massive. So his level shredder damage is going to double. For now, it's, what, 95? Once you hit that level 20, it's got to actually be triple.
Yeah. And you're going to have Silver Edge on the top of it as well. Very close to finishing it off. And now it's a 2,500 HP snap with cheese. Aegis on the Morphling.
Tower has been denied.
And Quest going to be using this second Roche and Aegis timing here to try and close out the game. And Secret have shown if they get the drop on Quest, if they're the ones with the vision advantage, with the ability to start fights, a hero out of position from Quest, they can do it. But if Quest are this tight-knit unit playing together, that seems very difficult. Amar, you know, he was farming the Ancients, getting very quickly to that Scythe of Vice. Showed how useful it can be in that team fight, just completely controlling the Pango so you could get nothing done as Mage. Quest is going to come through, steal out the Tormentor, grab a shard for Kiori. Puppey and Mage thinking about fighting here. Fake pump, the Rolling Thunder. Omar's going to whack back into the Enchantress though. Open up for TA 2000. Hurricane Pike back from Puppey. Gets a bit of distance
Rolling Thunder hits, but Age is still available.
Yeah, and Puppey just dead. Oh,
Look at that damage.
Go. My goodness, disrupting the Pango at the end. Tries to shield crash out. The arena's down, but Quest running straight over the top of Secret. They do kill Omar, but the kisses into the back after a mush. Gonna get zapped down and taken out. The swashbuckle from TA 2000 makes sure of it. And Tier 3 tower unlocked. This robust Quest squad getting up to high ground.
And this should be set of barracks. Anti-Mage, he's still not fight ready. If he decides to jump in...
Oh yeah. There's an AM in this game.
Yeah, there's an AM. Never fight ready. Farm until the game ends.
Oh, it's been tough for Crystallis. It really has. And it looks like it won't just be one lane either. Little Shredder and the Morphling. And force out the Glyph in the mid lane on that tier 3. They've still got a creep wave coming in bottom and they can continue.
Absurd looking for an opening. Maybe a spear onto barracks. He got scouted.
Nothing more for Quest to gain up here. They just come
They need
back,
to fix
farm
their
through.
lanes. Quest, both mid and top is pushed in. Omar and Noob can easily fix those lanes. Global presence. TA 2000 also going into Silver Edge. Wants to break. There's a lot of heroes to be broken in this game.
It's super valuable. There's the Octarine for Spirit Breaker. Omar, his fun has been amplified. 25% cooldown reduction. And 25% more charges. More fun. More room for activities on this wide open map as they see Mage. And Omar is straight on top of the Pango. Should be able to chain up their disables perfectly here with that Rod of Atos over the top. And 60
He was
seconds.
so close to his Lincolns. If he has Lincolns there, doesn't get charged, doesn't die. So pretty massive debt. Needs to farm another 650 gold to finish off Lincolns now. And all lanes are getting pushed across the river. So Quest, they want to go in, take this tier 2 tower on the top lane. Probably even go for the high ground. Still holding the Aegis for another minute.
Still some good wards out here from Puppey. I'm seeing a lot of the movement from Quest, but it looks like Kiori is going to be in position here to remove at least one of them, unless Yapsaw and Crystallis blow him up with a Mana Void. BKB out from the AM now as well. Yule Scepter gonna cut short Omar's initiation. And a Hurricane Pike back will keep TA2000 at bay. Good Centaur Stomp to keep Aframush alive.
Nice play from
everything
Puppy.
here. Everything here just to survive.
Without Shadow Demon, seems like they don't want to go. There is Wisdom Rune being pinged out now from Quest. Ooh, wants to pick it up. They see him. There is Sentry Ward. But Crystallis, he's afraid. Nice
He's got to
dodge.
be. Well done. Does Secret want to come out of their base for this? Maybe they can play into vision, but it still feels like the high ground is the safest place to be right now. Aegis is reclaimed. That's the same time as the Silver Edge gets delivered for the Morphling. In anti-mage mode, blinking around. Very mobile. Waveform blink. Moves up the top with a charge. And that Nether Strike opening up on the AM with the disables they've got. They blow him off. Crystallis destroyed. And TA2000 aggressively waveforming up to the high ground. Yules
He'll
makes him
need to buy
dodge the
back on
spear.
AM probably. Like, you're gonna lose all buildings if you don't buy out. Without you, I don't think there's enough damage.
Nice.
Good damage coming out from Puppy though, but nice disruption.
Good
60
save onto the
seconds
morph.
without A. Like if you buy, your item progression's gonna die, and if you die, like the game just ends. But
Yeah.
he's just looking for an opportunity. I think Yapsor, if when he jumps, gets the arena on 2-3, there's gonna be buyback from AM.
Lose-lose situation. Need to Kobayashi Maru this. Try and find the one way out. Maybe a kill on Noob, but he pops the cheese in time. Inside the arena, Mage crashing around, looking to connect into the back lines with Crystallis buyback. He's hexed up now, though. Anti-Mage, the focal point. They're going to try and bring down Crystallis, and they've got
They
him.
got him.
They killed him. He's dead with no buyback, and now they'll run roughshod over the rest of Secret. Death by death, hero by hero. Quest will take game number 2.
Yeah, again, pretty similar to game 1. Not as convincing, I would say. Team Secret had a better performance, but it seems like in this best of 5, Quest just seems like a stronger team. They have their number, a laning stage. Again, like you gave too good of a start to Morphling, Snapfire, having the blast of the game, not really contested. They get the kill. They get another kill from the mid lane. Try to try lane for a minute and a half, almost full 2 minutes to shut down Viper. Amar still comes back into the game, had a couple of deaths, but other than that, like the rest of the team is just doing so good. I think Kaori on Shadow Demon carried the laning stage because he was getting the kills. Yapsor was what, level 2, 5 minutes into the game because of Shadow Demon, how well they played, and of course because of that tri lane.
Yeah, it was like 8 minutes in and he was hitting level 5. A very difficult spot to be in. I mean, again, everything just seems crisper. Draft, laning, execution, team fights, the speed at which Quest move across the map, grabbing wisdom runes, taking control of Roshan. It's just very, very smooth moves from Quest and the boys in their squad. And heading into game 3, I mean, Enigma's going to get banned again. Puppy, he looked good on that Enchantress. It's just the pieces around him didn't seem to slot into places as they would have wanted. Difficult times. What can they look to do? Honestly, like it's really like a no-win situation for Team Secret.
Again, I feel they need to match up the aggression. They got vipered again. This was Morphling first phase. They immediately respond with Anti-Mage, which is fine. Some of the bans were like, sure, you banned the Slardar. There's a lot of different heroes that Amar could play to pressure Anti-Mage from the lane. Noob also having a blast of the game. You might consider banning out this Snapfire because 2 times in a row, he had almost flawless performance.
Yeah, he really did kind of drag everyone towards him. He just needs one support hero to play with, and all of a sudden this Snapfire's unlocked with the kisses. But there we go. Game 2, a 2-0 lead in this best of 5 for Quest. We'll see if they can round it out with a 3rd victory and that movement in towards the Riyadh Masters. We'll have a quick break and come back with the rest of the series.
Could never be like me. Flow so hot, but the jewels I see. Never think much of a fool I see. Them type of man we are school and teach. Fresh to death, head to toe. Smell the best fresh cologne. Finesse the best freshest clothes. I dress the best, yes you know. shy. Drips in the chokehold and I got vibe. Wardrobe looking so cold, put it on ice. Yeah, I'm that guy. Pose for the photo, never been shy. Drips in the chokehold and I got vibe. Wardrobe looking so cold, put it on ice. Ice. Guy, pose for the photo, never been shy. Drips in the chokehold and I got vibe. Wardrobe looking so cold, put it on ice. Yeah, I'm that guy. Pose for the photo, never been shy. Drips in the chokehold and I got vibe. Wardrobe looking so cold, put it on ice. Ice. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Put it on ice. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Put it on ice.
I've never seen you this gone. You're further than you've ever been, and you're fading out. With your hands by your side, you're closer to the edge. It's your final breath of courage, and you're ghost white with a head full of pain. But if this goes right, then you'll never hurt again. 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 I know you've got it in you. You've gotta face it all. This life will continue, even if you fall. And you're ghost white with a head full of pain. But if this goes right, then you'll never hurt again. And you're ghost white with a head full of pain. But if this goes right, then you'll never hurt again. Then you'll never hurt again. Then you'll never hurt again. Then you'll never hurt again.
Takes more than money to force a change.
Takes more than time to heal the pain. Heartbreak will light the fire. Heartbreak will light the fire. Fire will light the fire. Fire will light the fire. Takes more than money to pass a change. Takes more than time to heal pain. Heartbreak will light the fire. Heartbreak will light the fire. Fire.
Straße in den Süden, Kickdown, Moto Guzzi, Sozius, Traumfrau, Monika Bellucci, High-Res, Roadtrip, Neapel, Rom, Overnight, Truck Stop, Insta, Snapshot, Polaroid, 40 Love, Korken knallen, Karte Door, Spa-Time, Bubble Bath, Aftershave, Miyake Sport, Private Coach, Crunches, Lunch Break, Yacht Club, Seafood, Aperol und Lachsteak, Küstenring. Wir haben Erfolg, Millionen Dinge und dein Lächeln spiegelte meiner Persol, Pilotenbrille, Holz knackt im Kamin. Es werde hell, wir lieben uns die ganze Nacht, nackt auf dem Bärenfell, Wüstenstraße, weiter Himmel, Kawasaki Speedboat, Karawane F1 Abu Dhabi.
Welcome back, everyone who's stuck around. And if you're just joining us, this is the grand finals for the Middle East and Northern African qualifiers for the Riyadh Masters. It is game 3 in this best of 5. Team Secret taking on Quest, and Quest looking just way better than Team Secret in every aspect. Lacoste has been straightforward for them so far. Puppy, he's got to pull some tricks out of the bag, the hat, the sleeve, whatever piece of clothing he's got. He needs some magic to happen.
Hey, he's a big guy, has a big sleeve, so I think there's a lot of things in it to be pulled out. Doesn't look too easy for them. I mean, it also comes down to one being a team that just qualified Bali Major. The other team is like 2 official members of the team, one retired guy, one streamer, and also 2 guys from the region. So maybe we need to lower our expectations. They have had some good performances. They had some good games, but seems like Quest Esports is slightly too quick for Team Secret at the moment.
Yeah. Like last night, they had Enigma Galaxy's number as Team Secret were pulling out this Enigma, but it's just that little bit of homework. Quest watching the games, they ban out Enigma first phase in both Game 1 and Game 2, and honestly, wouldn't be a surprise to see it again in Game 3, just to make sure Puppy doesn't have that sneaky, greedy Enigma pick for himself. And yeah, I think you've been saying it, and I agree. Yeah, Team Secret got to pick up the pace, got to keep up with the pressure that's being applied to them, try and be aggressive back into Quest, who seems so slick with their moves. We'll find out how they do that as we head into the draft for game number 3, as we see a little bit of a change in the bans. Still the same with Enigma, Monkey King, Timber, but Anti-Mage going to join them.
They don't want to, like, what are they looking to pick? I think you can actually pick either Medusa straight up, or you can pick Morphling. Use this Anti-Mage pick and just first phase it, because there's still a lot of good position 5s left in the pool to be picked up. Like you have Undying Corey, he's playing like a lot of different heroes. Like he's Undying Morphling, I feel like right now is really, really strong opener. They don't have 2 picks right now, but let's see. For now, it's going to be Enchantress. Let's see what Puppy's got.
Let's see what's in store for us. So Enchantress, safe, solid, not going to be giving too much away. And can, of course, protect your lanes depending on what that secondary pick's going to be. What's happened to these Storm Pugners, the Cottle Ember, all these petrol state or gas station heroes? It felt like they were so prominent for, a month or 2, and now they've kind of withered away.
Void Spirit got nerfed. I still feel, again, that hero is in a good spot, not as OP as he was. But there's the Morphling in the first phase. Using this Anti-Mage ban, I think Team Secret was like, do you want to pick it? If you don't, we're going to take it immediately and then think about this second pick. There's this opener that I mentioned. Yeah. It's just too good right now. Maybe Snap immediately if you want to be you need to ban Snap now. Magic damage against Morphling, Tombstone Killer. Noob played it 2 times in a row. Ready to go for the 3rd game if necessary. But Quest will be picking up Doom. It also means creating gold out of nothing. The hero has been nerfed, still strong. Octarine core buildup has been nerfed. Doesn't matter. Doom, still a hero that does so many things. Shuts down this Morphling. He turns into, like, shifts strength, percentage-based damage from his 3rd ability. You pick up the shard as well. You'll always have control. You build into Lincolns against Doom. He picks up in 2 minutes Aghanim Scepter. So the matchup for Doom is like always going to be good no matter what.
That's the thing. Like the fact he can print money means he's so adaptable, right? Like not just later down the line with item progression, but even in laning stage, we saw the shift away from the 2 points Devour into the like 2 point Scorched Earth, 1 point Infernal Blade at level 3, and you just do so much damage. You keep the Undying Morphling at bay. If this is like an Enchantress Doom lane, which it very well could be, it's a lot of pressure to be playing into.
You need to ban Naga Siren. You need to ban PL, I think, on Secret. Both of these heroes deal well with Morphling, Undying. You can't really, like, itemize. Like, I've seen different builds on Morphling. None of these seem to work when it comes down to late game, because they'll buy Lincoln Sphere against your Ags, and then you don't build into Mjolnir. You don't, like, your mana gets burned. If you're playing into Phantom Lancer against Naga Siren, they can sleep, kill the Tombstone. There's way too many illusions, way too much rat happening.
Dire team ban.
Clockwork. That's an interesting ban. Like, this hero hasn't been picked. It was picked in the first game that they played, paired it up with Medusa. So I'm wondering what Team Secret wants to pick.
Yeah.
If this Clockwork is going to cause them
10
issues.
seconds remaining.
Clock is a little bit annoying for Undying.
I don't think they
Factor
would
Assault and
be
Cogs, but...
laning together anyway, because
No.
Undying's 5, and Clockwork most likely also going to be... I mean, he can be played as 4, but then Clockwork Doom doesn't seem like that strong of a
No,
lane anyway.
We want the Ench Doom, I think. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, in the old days, you'd be thinking, oh, they want to pick Earthshaker. That's they've banned Clockwork because they want Earthshaker, but I don't know. We saw it from Mage last night, specifically against the Puck. We'll see if that story unfolds in this draft as his spirits are being banned out. Storm and Ember gone. A curious one for sure. An Ancient Apparition. There's the secondary ban. Into the Snapfire Steel.
Okay, okay.
Cool.
That's why they didn't ban it. I thought they're going to ban it out, so... Team Secret, like, all it takes is Puppy, 1-2 games to be heated up, see how things are gonna go, see the pattern, and then he breaks the pattern down. I think
He's Neo, is he?
Yeah,
he's in the Matrix.
Definitely the best draft so far that Team Secret had. I like their heroes a lot. Big mix of magical damage, strong lanes, a lot of physical, good scaling. I think it might be time. I've been calling out for this hero for a long time. Pick Muerta against Morphling. It's such a good matchup. You don't care about his high armor when you turn your ulti. But also, Puck is a good pickup. I mean, they just went all in with the silences. Control, like, stop Snapfire Kisses from going off. You don't have enough lockdown. Your pick here needs to be some kind of a lockdown for this Puck.
Man, if this was on LAN, all the Quest players would be standing up and pointing at Chrysalis like, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to get doomed and Waning Rifted and Globaled. Morphling's going to have a real rough one.
You need some catch against Puck. I think Dragonite could be picked up just so that you have something, but okay. Good matchup against Puck, I think. Both works. You might need to invest into earlier Shard to control this Puck with Trap Silence. Ban PL on Team C. Ban PL, ban Naga Siren. It's just too good of a game.
Get rid of those illusions. So where are these heroes going then? Is this then a Snap 4?
It could be Snap 4, could be Snap offlane. Still probably debating it. I feel like it's Snap 4 plus another offlaner for Yapsor. I think Mars is okay one. Gives them a lot of team fights. Synergizes nicely with the Snapfire. You'll always have kill threat with these two heroes roaming around together.
Quest seem to think the same way as well. Ban the Tide, maybe ban the Mars as well. And Team Secret cottoned onto the fact these illusion heroes could be very strong against them. You said what? PL and Naga? Well, they've gotten rid of one of them. Oh, Underlord. So it does leave the Mars in there for Yapsor to play if he wants it. And Quest just needing their TA2000 hero at the end, right? Doom off lane with the Ench, Silencer with something in the safe lane, Puck mid. If you know you're going to be playing against like a Snap Mars kind of lane, who is that safe laner you want?
It's a good Terrorblade game as well. Builds into like just Scotty Buyer against Morphling and Templar Assassin. Works out nicely. Because where's like the only damage you care about as Terrorblade is Snapfire Kisses. You have so high armor. Sure, you're like sometimes Terrorblade matchup against Morphling can go both ways. If Morphling's having a good time, Terrorblade got killed at the early stages of the game. If like your whole team setup is evolved like around Morphling to be able to buff him up, deal with Terrorblade, he can turn into him, become like a better version of TB, steal some of his stats. But I think the Scotty buyer feels really nice in this one. If they Naga Siren, of course, that we mentioned, also a really good game for Naga Siren. She can also build into Scotty later on,
Yeah, they
playing
can play at
against two.
pace.
Yeah, and also both Morphling and Templar Assassins don't deal well with those illusions. Neither does Snapfire, neither does Undying. You build into like one item, like one butterfly, Scotty butterfly, Manta in between, and you're gonna become unkillable pretty much.
Yeah, then you've got Global Silence to cover you. Doom, Coil, so many ways to start fights, to disengage. Team Secret right now don't have like a great form of initiation. They don't have that kill threat that we saw from Quest with a snap. You know, it's the clock snap or whoever it is jumping in to set up for the kisses, that Shadow Demon to set up. Medusa, the last pick for Quest. So there is that kind of tanky, illusion-y, butterfly, Scardy-y pick in hero. And one more hero for Secret to come in. We'll see if they decide this is a snap 3 or 4 where they're heading with these heroes, but more likely than not, Morphling 1, Undying 5, that's his safe lane. TA in the mid against the Puck for that matchup.
5 seconds
Snapfire needs a partner, someone to play with, someone to start fights, have some AoE control, and allow those kisses to come raining in onto the targets they need. The big trouble is that Global Silence is always going to be there to cancel it out. Honestly,
Yeah, a lot of team fights.
Silence's job is just like wait for kisses and then Global.
I mean, Medusa is Scotty buyer against both of these heroes. They also don't build into any. Well, can you get? I mean, it could be like.
Ooh,
Okay, this hero's still in the pool. I forgot about the hero.
nice.
I already said that I like Team Secret's draft with seeing 3 picks. I'm going to stick with it. I think this is the best draft that they had so far, and their chances of winning this game are the highest yet. But again, Quest, a lot of team fight. You have good synergy between the heroes, a lot of control, and Medusa is the real carry in this game. The thing is, Darkseer can make the illusions out of you, so you'll have to... who can kill... okay, I'm just theory crafting. Is someone going to buy Dagon to kill these illusions? Omar can just wait with the enchant, and as soon as you take that illusion from Medusa, you take it over with the Enchantress.
Oh, double Medusa.
There we go.
Get them going.
Used it against him.
Yeah, turn it right around. Oh, it's like popping on
Reverse Uno
Snapfire.
card.
Yeah. Is this going to be Afromush playing 5 now? Undying with the Morphling, Snap with the Darkseer? They're swapping their roles a little bit. Just to get the heroes to slot into place a bit better.
Yeah.
It's still going to be Undying Morph against Doom Enchantress.
Team Secret should have strong lanes. They have good matchup in the mid lane. Templar Assassin against Puck. Also, Morphling shouldn't have trouble CSing in the top lane. I think they might have this one. You know, if they don't win this one, they're not going to win any other one because it's going to be 3-0. I mean,
Yeah, it's going to be over.
It's going to be over, but, you know, if we turn this into best of 7 in between,
oh yeah,
I could see them taking this game.
Some of those old school StarCraft vibes going. You've got to win a best of 5, then you've got to win a best of 3, then you've got to win a best of 1. Just chained together, grand final, multi-series action. Now, do you want to put Enchantress against the Darkseer in the lane, or are you fine just having the Silencer in that lane instead?
Yeah, you want to follow where Darkseer is, and he's going to be playing the off lane. I don't think they want to put Medusa on the off lane anyway, so just going to be Enchantress against the Darkseer, remove that Iron Shell from him.
For now, getting some very deep vision. Omar goes all the way to the outpost, gets an observer ward there to watch out the camps.
30 seconds to
3 heroes down here, 4. Team Secret trying to hold onto the staircases. Quest getting themselves ready for the bounty rune spawns. They do have that Dar Observer Ward seeing Puppy and Mage. So they know what's coming around the corner. Sweeping through that bottom jungle all together, holding hands. Nobody left behind. Really wanting to contest this bottom rune spot. Mage and Puppy make their move forward. Grab the rune there with Puppy. Alphramush taking about half his HP in damage, but he will get back up the staircase safely at least.
Amar
yet again.
with Crystalis.
The
Hits
tip
him
onto the
immediately.
Morphling.
High five. I don't think he gave him the high five back. Okay, they don't want to have enchanters against the Darkseer, it seems.
Okay.
They think this is going to be more pressure onto Morphling. And that they can sustain in this lane with Silencer plus Medusa. Silencer not the hero that deals well against Darkseer anyway. Lanes pushes in. Medusa also a hero that doesn't have much kill threat. So they might get some like return kills. But other than that, lane's going to be underneath their tower. They need to block the big camp. That's the big one, I'd say. Corey has Sentry Ward available. And we'll plant it into the crystals.
Yeah, make sure there's no pulls there. And first blood for Alphramush. Taking down that Amar Doom. Does lose his life under tower to Omar's Enchantress. That's the strength of the Undying there. He's getting up in the faces of his opponents, bullying them back. And after Crystalis lost so much of his HP in that early trade with the Doom, vitally important, Alphramush kind of relieves that pressure from him. Kaori up top, taking a lot of damage too. They snap fire. A lot more prowess in the trading department. Just gets up and fights the Silencer back. Unlocks the large camp as well. Very good start from Secret compared to the previous games. And then they've also got this mid lane, TA. Should be faring pretty well against the puck. So far, Noob 9-3 against a 6-1. But things can change when we get levels up on Mage.
Bottom lane, a lot of harassment onto Alphramush. He's the one who got first blood, bought Orb of Venom, another blood grenade. So they want to maybe start playing a bit more aggressive. 12 decays already.
The little ghost sacrificing herself. Amar drops the flag on Alphramush. Where are you going? This is my lane. They chase me back. Got a magic wand on the Doom and the Enchantress, so starting to get these stacks going. It's starting to become a little more challenging for the Undying to keep that pressure on. It feels like Crystalis just hasn't had a comfortable laning stage. This entire series, honestly, this past 3 games have been challenging for him. Always struggling for last hits. Everything is a hurdle to get over.
There's one thing we say about Crystalis, I think quite often, is up top lane.
Yeah, getting under the tower for a kill there. Yabsaw and Puppy pairing up. Medusa trying to turn for that trade kill you were talking about. The potential here to kill the Darkseer off. That's worthwhile in the end for Quest.
Yeah, diving underneath the tower. As we said, Silencer doesn't deal well with it. Can't really stop them. This is where Enchantress top would have been much better in terms of dispelling Iron Shell and Surge, stopping the aggression. But the A2000, he's fine with this type of a trade. And to go back to my point about Crystalis, he's the type of a player that really does shine when he's having a good start. Like, he knows how to utilize the farm and does perform well, but when he needs to play from behind, there are going to be games where he does struggle. Amar getting chased down.
Yeah, zombies on him. Tried to clear out a couple of them, but under the tier 1 tower, Alphramush finds another kill on the Doom. And again, yeah, he dies, but he's kept Crystalis alive in fighting shape to keep on farming. Omar does gather up.
Gold.
Yep.
Mana burn is available from that creep.
Irritating stuff. Satyr Mind Stealer. As Crystalis trying to body block the large camp. Yeah, he's just planting himself in there. And a blood grenade and a decay. Crystalis with adaptive strike could throw it at the Ench, but she's got that full wand and a fairy fire to play with. So Amar sweeps in. Body block with his Satyr. Alphramush about to die. Does get sliced down by the Doom.
There's that build you were talking about. Scorched Earth plus Infernal Blade. On Doom, no points in Devour yet. Enchantress provides them with some extra creeps in the lane. Extra mana regen coming up from that Satyr. Mana burn as well. Puck, Noob, really doing well in this matchup. It should not be as close.
Yeah, far better than expected. Yeah, maybe just a bit of skill difference there. Noob showing some serious prowess in the mid lane. Usually at this point, the TA should be maybe like 5 denies more. 5 CS less than the puck.
Yeah, Templars, as soon as you hit like level 2 into refraction, it's also about how you're using the side blades. If the side blades are connecting onto enemy hero, and here we see like hero starts to struggle more. Level 5, 3 points in refraction. You don't have the ways to take off these refractions easily. More damage. You start to struggle with the CS.
Yeah. You phase shift one side blade and you've got a waning rift away from the next one. Noob is in that threshold of potentially dying. So one misstep as Mages hit level 6. We'll drag the wave back behind his tower for a bit of safety, though. And then we can peek into the side lanes again, where Aframush, being run out by Amar and Omar, drops the Tombstone in a kind of defensive position here to make sure they can't continue bullying him. That's Tombstone spent, 80 seconds on cooldown. While a Cookie up top, Puppy just chipping away at the mana pool of TA2000 there. Having to TP out, though, now, as the Sansa comes in with a bit more damage. He gets back to Fountain safely. Darkseer level 4, so 2 points in Iron Shell. Going to be pretty safe up here. Goes for the Arcane Boots first, just to keep the spam going. What is this? A pipe game for the Darkseer? Oh, he's going to kill Kaori, is he? Okay, they do drag the Iron Shell creep away from the Sansa. It looks a little bit scary there with how slow the Sansa is. And Aframush the one to die in the opposing lane.
Oh, he was very deep into the enemy jungle. What's the build? I think you tank up. You want to get the Guardian Greaves in this one, counter the Global Silence, provide more tankiness for your own team during the Doom, and probably get into the pipe. But you also might want to risk it slightly more. If you think that you don't have enough damage, you get Aghanim Scepter, Blink, but you need like one item in between, either Guardian Greaves or pipe, leaning towards Guardian Greaves just because of the Global Silence. So you have some counter initiation to it. Mr. Liz? We'll pick up Lotus.
Loses his courier for it, though. Amar cuts it off at the pass. And they know where Aframush is lurking. They've brought Kaori down here. I'm dying, about to get run at. Omar, not going to spot him in time. And a high ground ward here from the Radiant's going to see the Silencer coming now. 7 minutes has hit. Looked like Puppy went off to the left side to get that Wisdom Rune. Nobody taking the right-hand side one yet for the Dire team. Trying to keep this bottom lane under control. Tombstone dropped under the tier 1, but the Undying dying to the Infernal Blade, and the Tombstone being focused by Amar and Omar. The Cookie forward, Crystallis looking to focus down the Enchantress and get that kill. Decent turnaround from Secret, but they're still losing out on this. Like, Crystallis is not healthy, he's not happy in this bottom lane, and Poppy's rotation, he comes down here, but it looks like they're still going to lose out in the end. The coil onto the Snapfire. Noob will dodge the Scatter Blast, and he waning rifts forward to finish off the Puppy Snapfire.
Every single trade is they get something else out of it, whether that's an extra hero, they get Tombstone, they got it 2 times in a row. So some extra gold going their way. Amar feels very tanky in this bottom lane. Vanguard finish going into Hand of Midas next. It's going to be all about Mage, how much he's going to be able to achieve on his Templar Assassin. And look at Quest playing around Noob, refilling his bottle after dying. I think this is a game where you want to build Deso as soon as possible, get online, because you have Morphling. You don't necessarily need to be like that super carry, delay your timings. I see Dragonlance being queued up. I think you need to join as fast as possible on this Templar Assassin while your Morphling is farming. Because like fighting into super late game against Medusa, Doom, Puck, you don't have lockdown for Puck. You don't have a single stun available. Like you might have Trap Silence. Cookie's not that stun, neither is Adaptive Strike. So Noob should be pretty good throughout the whole game, pretty much, in terms of locking him down. If he's not overextending, does have some backup at the Global Silence if you do so.
Yeah, that's why that move bottom really paid off big time for him. He didn't want to be mid anymore. Doesn't want to face off against the TA 1v1. Comes bot, gets a kill, pressure tower, come bot again. Get that tier 1. He's even hunting in behind, looking for any targets. While up in the top, the Absol's dropped the wall onto the Medusa. Completely out of mana on the Darkseer now, and Noob does TP up here. maybe thinking that Secret would bring numbers to pressure onto that tower. Quest seemed like they're one step ahead. They killed the bottom objective. Now they're looking to defend the top one, making sure that Secret are on their toes. But while this is happening, Mage, continuing to have that free time, gets the tier 1 mid. 5k net worth racked up for the Templar Assassin. Starting to play forward into the enemy jungle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm looking at the stacks. Some being made in the triangle for Medusa to fall back to TA 2000. Now farming the mid lane. Couple of stacks on side of Team Secret as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Let's build things up. Get that TA real farmed.
A TA
not too
which
much.
one? 2000 or normal one? TA 2000 is like
Vanilla.
upgraded version.
TA vanilla. Just a regular old Templar Assassin. She'll get to Deso reasonably soon.
A TA 2000 sounds like one of those vacuum cleaners that they've been selling on TVs like, I don't know, 20 years ago.
Call now. We've only got 15 left. Make sure you ring the number.
Dial 0800
Radiant's middle tower
TA
is
2000.
TA 2000. Yeah, that's it. That's the number.
Delivery cost not included. Terms and conditions apply. Sounds like a Terminator as well, TA 2000.
Dire's
Amar
tower is under
keeps Afromusha away from this bottom lane. Kind of a scary place to be for the Morphling, so it's just Undying, trying to lap up any experience and drag the wave closer to Chrysalis.
Dire's top
Bottom jungle fully invaded as well by Quest now as well. Noob and Omar contesting stacks, clearing everything out. It might be time for Chrysalis just to pop up to top, try and pressure tier 1, get into that northern jungle, get away from this bottom lane. But the Wisdom Rune still hasn't been taken on that right-hand side, by the way. It's
Yeah,
12 minutes
stacking.
in.
They're like, no one's gonna invade anyway. Like, do you think Snapfire or Undying are gonna be there? They have no stuns. Coil snaps.
Yeah, absorb surges. But Kaori right in front, and a good enchant from Omar to make sure he's slowed down. Do Wisdom Runes work the same way as Bounty Runes over time? More experience for them?
Gary, I'll be honest. I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah.
I don't think
me
you want to
neither.
leave it that anyway, but they've not been playing in this area. So we'll have to see. Professional
Get-
analyst, by the way.
Just gathering interest on your runes.
I think
Everyone-
yes. I think yes. I think I've seen it. Because when, like, it just rings a bell when two were picked up at the same time, same number appeared on the screen. So we'll have to see. Like, I think
Okay.
we'll learn because there's going to be two available on side of Quest.
is under attack. Dire's top tower
Just put everything in your savings account. Everyone buy a bottle. Start bottling and dropping the bottles on the floor. We gather up all the runes. Yeah, things are quieting down in this game a little bit. I mean, 4-8, 3k lead for Quest, still looking good. TA 2000 Medusa untouched, 1-0-0, but still not top of the net worth. Third place behind the Doom and the T8, as both Mage and
Okay,
Amar
so-
having exceptional times.
is under attack.
Good thing is we have internet, so we can check. Wisdom
we
runes
do?
never despawn. If they're not picked up before the next one spawns, the new runes spawn next to the old ones. So yeah, that's why you had the same amount of experience. They don't gain XP over the time. It's just new one spawns, the better one.
Oh, okay. Secret. They've hit level 6 on Puppy. They've got the Mortimer's Kisses now. That gives them a bit of team fight, finally. They've not really been able to connect into any proper skirmishes. They don't have a great way to catch and kill. But if Secret can weather the storm, bide their time, get this TA super farmed, they can maybe draw Quest into an awkward spot and play around a bit of terrain, get these choke point fights going. It looks like TA with his Blink Dagger wants to really play forward and aggressively now. It does delay the Deso by a bit. It will also allow her to fight.
It's also a farming tool. Blink Dagger, jumping between the camps. It doesn't open up Roche as fast as Deso would. Mage gets a kill. Yeah, you see the power of this Templar Assassin.
Demolishes him. Chrysalis is still sticking around bottom, closing in on the Lincoln Sphere against the Doom. handy item to have.
Dire's top
Oh, this used to be the build. Rush Lincoln's on Morph. He's going to get there soon, but this is the timing. Quest have Manta Medusa, Witchblade Puck, and they're on your tier 1 mid. Mage trying to hold out and clear out some of the creeps. Alpha Motion Yapzor joining in as well. Secret bring 5 members, but there's no objective to be defended anymore. They're going to have to scatter to the wind and look for other places to play.
Noob feels pretty safe. There's literally 0 stuns other than Cookie, so he can get in, get out of the trouble. Does have Witchblade available. Oh, there's one. There's silence coming out from Morphling. That's one way to deal with him. Does have Regen in the bottle. Oh, I want to see Shard on Templar Assassin. I think in this game you might want to get get Deso, get Shard afterwards, just to have that control.
It feels like you desperately need it. Like that moment right there when Mage blinks in. If he had the silence on the Shard, would have likely killed the puck straight up. And Aframush had a pretty fun first couple of minutes, trading lives with the Doom over and over again. The past 5 minutes, though, he's just been standing around waiting for things to happen. A very, very quiet game for the supports of Secret. Not too much they can do when all 3 of their cores are pretty greedy and need this farm to pick up to get to a point where they can actually fight back.
Amar now taking over.
Puppy's going to walk straight
chart.
in. Spots
Quick
Noob and
and easy.
Omar. Yeah.
So Amar keeps farming. Devour with Octarine Core. Hand of Midas as well, lowered cooldown. Now he's going to be all about that Doom. And look what he's building, going into Crimson next. It's like, I farm for 16 minutes for myself, then I'll start to buy some items for the rest of my team. It's never too late.
You get to that critical mass of gold where it starts paying for itself. Oh, an interesting smoke here from Quest. From bottom jungle, in behind tier 2.
under attack.
Looks like they're trying to sweep through the most southern camps
They might find him. He also used the waveform, so if they catch a glimpse, yeah, they're going to find him. Global as well is available.
Yeah, Lincoln's popped. No chance to shift, though, with the Global and the Waning Rift. DD Puck. And Team Secret, oh, they brought Alpha Puppy down here to try and defend him. Now they're a little stuck out on an island. And Quest, with 4 members here, just going to jump straight onto Puppy. Dive that tier 2 tower. Mech comes out, but it's not enough to save him. Tombstone in a good position with a vacuum back. They'll look to Omar. Kill off the Enchantress, but they've doomed up the TA. This allows Noob to get over the top of Mage, and with a coil and the damage remaining on that DD, Mage, Templar Assassin just ticking
Needs
down to the
another
Doom.
hit.
Soul Ripper's there. The heals are coming, but he might still need to be denied. 40 HP. He takes to the last bit of damage from the Doom. They didn't get the deny. Not enough heals. And the kill comes out in the end. So what was that? Morphling TA snap for an inch. Quest just cruising while the Medusa farms.
Yeah, Puck popped off in that previous fight. Multiple Witchblades. This is also an item that deals so well with Templar Assassin, her refraction charges. They've been tipping EA 2000, who does have the Diffusal Blade available. So burn some of the mana, slightly more control, going into Pike next after finishing off Manta style. To keep the distance.
We're still waiting for that Deso TA.
Yeah, I was too focused on some of the stuff happening in the game. Suddenly it's 10,000 gold lead. I didn't in my book it was 2-3k, and then suddenly Doom with Hand of Midas, Devour Gold. They've been farming with Medusa. Team Secret, they need to do something about this. This is why I said I wanted to see some earlier Deso timing on Mage, just so they can threaten Roshan, get those Deso stacks going, kill the towers, but he's been all about that farm mode. Managed to get that 1 kill in Silencer, that's about it.
Yeah, very quiet game for him. Yeah, it's not just like AFK farming either. You know, okay, Medusa is kind of AFK farming. But the rest of them, you know, we had this Puck and Enchantress farming bottom jungle, closing the map in around Secret. You know, taking these pieces of the pie away from the Morphling, away from the TA, increasing your own farm and removing it from Secret's hands. TA 2000 down here was a little isolated, but 3 teammates coming in to back him up. Mage and Aframush were thinking about a play. And with Puppy's arrival, it looks like Secret want to mount a defense of this tower, but with a coil and a global, Templar Assassin in serious trouble. Lotus Orb is there as a bit of protection, but still dead. Omar's in, but the shots prove too much. Crystalus in over the top of the edge, but Stone Gaze catches him out and stuns him up. Yapsor about to die to the Arcane Curse as well. Tick down as the Mortimer's Kisses, they're launched out, but they don't land. Nobody really focused here on the side of Quest, while Secret dying one by one. Silenced up, caught out and killed. Crystalus is gone. 3 core kills into a puppy death. 4 gone for the price of 1. What a beautiful deal for Quest on this wonderful Saturday afternoon.
These heroes are just way too tanky. No lockdown for Puck, as we've seen. Noob, 0 deaths on him. Like, they drop down Lotus Orb from Darkseer. It's still not enough. During the coil, they reapply another Witchblade, and he just sits there, does absolutely nothing. Pretty much 0 damage coming out from Templar Assassin. These global silences have been on point, and also landing multiple silences afterwards. Up Morphling, landing Rift. You have Last Word, maybe Arcane Curse going. So can't get out of the trouble. It's difficult to itemize on Morphling. You're playing into Doom, so you need to take care of that. You want a Manta style to remove the global silence. You also want to have Aghanim Scepter. So it seems like you're always playing from behind in this type of a game, and in playing from behind with good 5,000 deficit.
Yeah. And Puppy kind of struggling against the Deuce Illusions. A vacuum onto Omar and Noob. I don't think they know the Puck is there. Was invis and will Waning Rift jaunt away to the orb. Tried to keep Omar safe. And Chantress with Strength Treads, Pike, 1700 HP and Untouchable. Proving too difficult to bring down.
Look at the next few items on Quest. Doom, Crimson, Heaven's Halberd queued up on Omar. There's also Heaven's Halberd queued on Puck.
Oh yeah?
They're not going to be able to play the game. Yeah, against Morphling, against Templar Assassin, they just want to cripple them. This is the value, because you play into 2 heroes that kind of do the same job. They rely on right-click to deal damage, and then you buy Heaven's Halberd, buy Crimson, you double the value of the items that you're buying.
I just keep amplifying. Amplify everything. It's going to be compounded here as well, with Roshan being taken. Quest are into the pit. And Team Secret, not in a position to contest this. Whether they would want to or not is another matter.
Dire are scanning.
Again, Quest, you know, it's not just one objective at a time. Going for Roshan, but they're also clearing out mid-wave, grabbing runes, making sure that Amara is farming up top and taking Watchers. Everything just seems so efficient. There's no redundancy when we watch Quest play like this. It's all very systematic and clean. They know where they need to be at what time. How many heroes do we need to kill Roche? Well, we need Medusa plus 2 supports. They can tank, she can hit.
Really good at it. Just understanding who needs to be where to maximize the farm, not lose anything. Well, maybe we said it too soon, because this Roshan's taking a while now. Okay, Omar's gonna be like, I'm gonna use my mana and finish up this Roche as soon as possible.
Throw some pebbles at him from outside the pit as well. The Mud Golem. The MVP.
MVP. He was always player 2. This Mud Golem, Roshan, player 1, played with unplugged controller, and now he got back to him. Like, the big bro would still beat him up if he went inside, so he kept the distance.
Do you have any siblings? Did you ever do that?
I was player 2, yes.
You were player 2? I used to do that to my brother all the time. N64, GameCube, whatever it was. Just give him a controller that was unplugged. I'm playing. You're not doing anything.
It didn't take me long to figure it out. Like, I think I was 15, 16 at the time. The first time I realized the controller was unplugged. I was a smart kid, by the way.
Oh my god,
Not bragging or anything.
Top of his class.
Yeah.
Incredible intelligence.
Imagine the others.
Oh god. I'd rather not. T80,000.
I'm sorry. Getting his mana burned. Hurricane.
Pushed back into the arms of the Medusa as Quest attempt a high ground push. They brought the tier 3 to half health. And Secret starting to scramble, realizing they've got to defend this. It's Aegis Dusa. She's not afraid of anything. And your high ground being pressured. Let's see what Secret can do. Quest have smoked in behind. Amar with his Doom has a blink. Could jump in to defend the Dusa now. Her mana being burnt. HP dropping. Tombstone focused. The global silence there. Kiora gone. The TA into the back, but she's dead. Impetus shots. Too much to handle. Aegis is claimed up and the kisses are launched. Morphling into Medusa form. Lincoln's popped and TA2000 stunned up for now. Gets out the Stone Gaze though and can turn on Chrysalis. Omar with his impetus shots. Harassing back the Morphling while Alpharamush, he was being pressed by Noob, does have another round of spells here, but Secret have held for now. Busting out the Aegis, losing their TA, but the high ground is defended.
Morphling with eggs. I think it's time to queue up Lincoln Sphere immediately on TA2000 since he just turned into Medusa. There's gonna be there can only exist one Medusa at the time. Others are just fake. So Darkseer Wall, Morphling with his ulti. Enchantress takes over one of these illusions. I think now Enchantress needs to play this type of a game where she needs to enchant the illusion from Wall of Medusa immediately.
Are you saying Medusa is a Highlander? There can be only one.
Yeah. This man, this hero, this summer.
One snake, one desire. Find out this summer. Medusa with a Manta style and a Lincoln's killing tormentors. And off they go. Tormentor time. Kaori with a shard. Not amazing on a position 5 silencer, and that's why he's laughing with her. Ahaha. He doesn't have any stolen int either, does he? He's 1, 4, and 10, but he's got no stolen int.
He was 404 build.
Okay.
I think
That
only
makes sense.
like one value point is fine instead of going for that one extra point in last word, but also that long duration silence did give them some good kills. They just smoked, so wasted smoke. There's Tormentor available on their side. Seems like they're thinking about taking it, but the rest of the quests are not showing in the lanes right now, so might be too tricky. Mage has Meld. Let's see, this could be a solo kill for Mage onto Tormentor. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now focus that down. So Mage did already pick up his shard. This one will go to Alpharamush.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Academic shard, tombstone upgrade.
Grab ally. This tombstone upgrade is a top tier one. It's so good. You get inside against like Doom, buy a little bit time. Against Stone Gauge, you can enter yourself during global silence. Undying can't do it for you because he's silenced. You need to right click it manually.
Yeah, just buying a little bit of time for like a TA or a Morphling to get their waveform or refraction back off cooldown. Might be the turnaround in these fights they need.
Uh-oh. It's
Here come
coming.
the halberds.
2 already done. 3rd on the way.
That means TA and Morphling not going to be hitting anybody.
Dire are scanning.
What does Doom have as a spell? He's got War Stomp now, so that's something they were lacking in the last fight. He still had the Ogre Frost Mage Frost Armor. Now he has the Blink War Stomp available to him, so he can actually initiate and start these fights. He was looking up at top, but he'll rejoin his team with the Boots of Travel. Smoke out from mid. Puppy on the high ground breaks it. Omar and TA2000 revealed in their position. And they'll just waltz up to high ground, it looks like.
Some good damage already onto tier 3 tower.
Oh, the jump on Yappy. The Darkseer in trouble. Lotus Orbs up, the coil about to snap. There it is. Damage done, and Darkseer dead for 48 seconds. They've even spent the Tombstone as well, so tier 2000 with this already broken down, dilapidated tier 3 will clear it through, and Noob dives into the back. Mystic Snake and Orb over the top, and Puppy half health.
Range barracks already gone. They're not stopping. Global silence onto Morphling. Doom, he has no Manta to dispel it.
Yeah, he did get off the shift, so he's becoming tanky, but the damage is just relentless. Look at him die so quickly. Dead for 50, no buyback for him either. Mortimer's Kiss is just a bit of covering fire to try and keep Quest at bay. But TA2000, he's on your tier 3 again.
Chrysalis has no buy. So 40 seconds without your Morphling. He can't turn into any of these heroes. How do you take a fight? You just use Mortimer's Kisses. You don't have the damage. Mar, he's in again.
Oh, they're just diving into the base. They tried to wrap around with a TA, and they will get the kill on Kaori. Mage with his BKB in a vacuum wall. Omar, TA2000, caught up in it. Templar Assassin doing some serious damage, but now Amar rejoins the fray, defending the Medusa with everything they've got. Keep the Medusa alive as best you can and focus the TA down. Mage is gone, no buy on him, and the Medusa stands tall and strong. Scardy slow, and damage from Impetus will clear through Aframush. Drops a Tombstone as a last-ditch effort, his last dying breath. But Team Secret, a couple of heroes dead for a minute. Morphling just respawned and another Rax to fall.
Omar takes illusion from Medusa, which is a big part of them winning a fight, having that damage. Oh god, he jumped in again.
Okay, Chrysalis into Medusa form. It's tanky, but surrounded by what, 4 heroes? Disarmed, War Stomped, Infernal Blade, dead for 50 again, and a well-played drop by Omar as it looks like Quest on the brink of winning this 3-0. Yeah, so sorry.
With the sorry. They played best they could. The game is about to end. Morphling again dead for 40 seconds, and seems like Quest, they don't want to focus on any of the side quests, the main quest. Kill the objective, kill this tier 4 towers, kill the throne. That's the name of the game pretty much. It's actually not. It's defense, and the Team Secret doesn't seem to have defense in them left.
Maybe try one more time, but it's an uphill battle. Quest, they're the main characters in this story. The favorites coming in. The favorites all the way through. It's been quite simple for them. 2-0 against Dota and Joya, 2-1 against Nigma. And now it looks like it's about to be a 3-0 in the grand finals. And it's going to take some kind of miraculous comeback here from Secret. 2 lanes of barracks down. There's still a tier 2 top. And Quest can start thinking about that next Roshan. 1 minute that we know is on the timer for Roche.
Okay, so they'll have one more fight. What needs to happen, Gary? It needs to be vacuum ball onto multiple heroes into some Cookie plus Kisses and Templar Assassin plus Morphling going ham. Proc the Lincolns on Medusa, turn into Medusa, and try to play from there. That's the plan. Execution-wise, out of these 5 things that I just mentioned, maybe there's going to be one.
Yeah.
Kind of a difficult one.
Even if you do get all 5 things, correct, everything slots into place. These halberds you've been talking about, triple halberd, the Shivers Guard on the puck, global silence. There's so much here to cover Quest. As they twin gate up towards top. What is it? 3 minutes 30 till night time. Roshan is about to spawn in that bottom right-hand corner. They're just going through twin gates. Back and forth we go. Up to top, down to bot, back up, back down again.
Mars keeping with Medusa's farm. With Octarine, Hand of Midas, and he also has been holding Philosopher's Stone this whole time.
Oh, really?
Not enough gold, yeah.
What's his GPM? 800 compared to 830 of the Dusa. Time to look for that 1k GPM marker. How do we get there?
Game's gonna end. There's not enough time for him to actually get the 1k.
That's upsetting.
Let's go. One last fight. Roshan is available on Radiant side. That's the second one. Cheese plus Aegis. Let's smoke up and see what happens.
Go give it one more shot. A Hellbear in the pit sees the big man return. Team Secret, they are all together in the base. They've got a smoke on Puppy. Let's see if they make a move.
This Hellbear, he's part of the Halberd family. I mean, they have 3 halberds. How are you supposed to play as Templar Assassin? You're not going to be able to deal damage. Like, BKB, that's it. That's your duration, 8 seconds, where you can deal damage.
But it may as well be... up on the high ground scouting. It may as well be 3 sides of Vice. They may as well have 3 hexes here. These halberds are so valuable. There's Roche, Aegis for TA 2000, and Noob just holding back Team Secret as they were trying to weasel themselves into a contest of Roshan. Cheese on the Deucer as well. You could maybe hand that over to somebody. And Team Secret holding out on this high ground. Noob jumps in, 2-man coil. Shivers Guard and a Waning Rift looking for Aframush. High ground Tomb, decent position here as Chrysalis gets on the Deucer. Turns into her, but now doomed up. Chrysalis in serious trouble. The wall was dropped, but the global now gives coverage for Quest. Safety net. And the kill on Morphling surely secures the demise of Secret here in the grand finals. Yapsaw hounded by impetus shots, and Mage standing his ground, trying desperately just to do something, damage, a kill, anything, but Amar is so tanky, standing against the hordes of zombies and the TA's meld strikes, chasing forwards on the Puppy now as well. Noob will track back, keep tabs on the Puppy snap.
Puppy,
Sentry
he dropped
drops
down
on the
Sentry.
floor.
Region room, he's gonna let him region up. Good guy, Puppy. So,
So,
and Maze will call it.
GG called. It's nice to see a bit of enjoyment, a bit of sportsmanship at the end. Like, yeah, you've won, but we'll have a bit of fun at the end.
Yeah. Quest too strong for this Team Secret. Yeah, just overall really nice showing from Quest. Each time I see this team play, they seem like they upgraded something. I'm really afraid what's going to happen with the team in the next like 2-3 months, because if they keep playing like this team, you know, they don't have LAN experience, but they playing like they do. Like, this team is nuts. Ever since I saw them play together, they had a different offlaner, Witer, but Amar seems to be the missing piece as well, because team is doing so well.
Yeah, for me, honestly, like Quest used to be good, you know, very good, but
yes.
not like exceptional. But now it feels like Gaming Gladiators when they brought in Quinn. They went from being like very good to being superb. You know, this I think you're right. In the next couple of months, Quest, depending on how they do at Bali and going into TI, this could be the next Gaming Gladiators, right? This could be the next team that's contending for major spots and stuff like that. That's how well they've progressed.
Yeah, it's insane team. I really want to see them at Bali Major to see how they're going to perform against some of these international teams, because they've been stuck pretty much in their region, in this Western European, screaming against these teams. But if they keep playing like this, I'm really not worried at all. Like, and also they just qualified to Riyadh Masters, which has insane prize pool, $15 million, and they're gonna have a chance to compete for it, which is always nice. Team Secret, unfortunately for them, you know, this is kind of a stack. What do they call themselves on Twitter?
Like a cyber
stack. Yeah. They managed to get the dub against Nigma, which is also, I would say, a big win for them. But in this best of 5 grand finals against West Esports, they couldn't match against them.
Not a chance. Not a chance at all. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, congratulations to Quest heading off to the Riyadh Masters. The road is only beginning for them, as Team Secret Middle East, Dota and Joy, and Enigma Galaxy were all unfortunately knocked out and will not reach the Riyadh Masters. Yeah, great showing from Quest. Really stepping things up, looking incredibly hot. Only dropping, one game across 3 series against Enigma. They dropped that one individual game, but looking incredibly hot with this addition of Amar. They've looked superb. That rounds things out though. Qualifier done. Riyadh Masters coming up in just a couple of weeks, and we're going to see Quest there. Lacoste, it's been tremendous as always, and to all you viewers, thanks for tuning in, joining us through this road. Yeah, I mean, fun at the end for Puppy just standing there saying, I think you've won.
I haven't seen a professional game end like that in a long time. It's just, them understanding that the team like Quest was just better today, and it's like good sportsmanship, as you call it.
Yeah, just completely outclassed there. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. And of course, make sure you check out all the Div 2 streams. Plenty of DPC Dota action coming your way. And of course, Riyadh Masters on the horizon as well. We'll see you there.
You can escape. Don't scream now. 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 You can escape.
So take me to the finish line, 'cause you're never gonna stop me trying. Yeah, what's real is never gonna die. So take me to the finish line. Take me to the finish line. Keep on running till I get to the top. I'll never back down. I won't ever stop. Take me to the finish line, 'cause you're never gonna stop me trying. What's real is never gonna die. So take me to the finish line. Take me to the finish line. So take me to the finish line, 'cause what's real is never gonna die. Yeah, you're never gonna stop me trying. So take me to the finish line. Take me to the finish line. Take me home.
Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt Stadtbild komm ich nicht weg. Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen Schwansee. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Faded auf den Wohnzimmerdielen. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg.
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Yeah, you gon' need 100 men, 100 scopes, 100 cans, just for you to watch what I'm doing under the sun again. God-given gift, MCs doing the running man. If you want me to get it poppin', may cost 100 pence. Yeah, what I supply is always in demand. The throne is mine, take that. It ain't a high five, got the upper hand. I'm too real, can't fake that. Who you know put a fear in them like this? You a vampire, still suck when you bite this. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm feeling righteous. But they been next to me to show me I might just. They didn't think I could do it, I had to demonstrate how the flow is so heavenly, keeping demons straight. Who they fooling, I showed them the jig is up again. When I asked them who is the best, they get this to stuttering. Tell them
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
I came this far, nothing can't stop me now. They knock me down, but they can't count me out. I can't lose, I won't lose. I can't lose, I won't lose. You may wanna set yourself. I think it's best you run away. I won't let you finish. When you came for me, you played yourself. You scream for help. It's a shame that nobody will hit me. No pain, no gain. Watch who you bang with. Make it to the top with the same ones I came with. I shoot my shot, you better know that I'ma never miss. When they coming for me, yeah, I'm gonna tell them this.
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Lanes in my way, they might have to get murked. Approach me with caution, might have to get hurt. I top up from the treetop, but I came up from